And a good evening and welcome to the Max Jones Fieldhouse here in Goodland, as it is the final games before the Christmas break. As tonight the Scott City Beavers will be facing the Goodland Cowboys and Cowgirls here as a pair of ranked teams. Goodland enters tonight's game as both the boys and girls. Scott City not ranked yet, even though the boys are undefeated. We'll get into that here in a little bit. I'm Adam Kadavy as we're here on KSKL Scott City and also on the Beaver Broadcasting Network. On the girls' side tonight, Scott City, they come in looking to bounce back. Both teams, in fact, looking to bounce back after tough losses on Friday. The Lady Beavers coming with a 4-2 record after their 44-37 loss to the Colby Lady Eagles there on Friday night. Just couldn't quite get over the hump against the Lady Eagles of Colby there. Had their chances. They were down 12, got it within 2 in the third, but could not overcome the deficit there on Friday night, but looking to bounce back here and get some momentum into the post-Christmas schedule. On the other side, the Goodland Cowgirls, they lost for the first time since January of 22, and they were knocked off here at home by the Holcomb Lady Longhorns on Friday night, 54-52, a game where Goodland led by 9 after the first, trailed by 6 going in the fourth quarter, almost pulled off a big win, but could not rally for the victory. There is their 43-game win streak was snapped on Friday night, and they were pretty sick. It sounded like a lot of illness going through the team last week, but they fought through it and almost pulled off the win against a good Holcomb team on the girls' side. The boys' game should be a fun one. It's a battle of unbeatens here, and I'd like to know last time, I tried to look it up, I couldn't find anything when last time these two have been unbeaten after about 5 or 6 games, but it should be a fun one here. Scott City 6-0 on the year off to their best start in 9 years after their 45-29 win over the Colby Eagles on Friday night, a game where they led that one wire to wire and really looked good doing it, especially on the defensive end, shut down the Colby Eagles throughout the night on Friday, and they won that game with defense, holding Colby to a season low of 29 points. On the other side, the Goodland Cowboys have been putting up points at a pretty good pace here so far this year, coming in with a 5-0 record, and they knocked off the Holcomb Longhorns the second straight time they've knocked off Holcomb after not beating them until late last year in the series history, from what it sounds like. They would win, pulling away in the fourth quarter for a 60-43 victory over a good Holcomb team here, and sending Holcomb to their second loss of the year. The Cowboys ranked now number 4 in the KBCA polls in Class 3A, and they are a pretty deep team, as we'll have a, of course, preview of that and tip off of that after this girls game is wrapped up. We're going to go ahead and step aside and take our first break, and when we do come back, we're going to hear the thoughts from head coach Jamie Felker as Scott City gets set to take on the Goodland Cowgirls in the last game of 2023. We'll be back after this timeout. This is Scott City Basketball.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
BBN is supported by Norder Supply, Lone Tree Farms, Pioneer Communications, Beaver Booster Club, White's Food Liner, Scott City Eye Center, Shells, Flowers, and more, Scott City Pharmacy, Giftologists.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We are more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
Sports have this amazing way of making a positive impact in our community, whether it's helping children, boosting local economies, or creating role models. That's our goal at American Implement, too. We believe in being a part of the communities we serve by just being a good neighbor. Thanks for being ours.
This evening suffered a loss at home there on Friday night to a good Colby team, 44-37. Just couldn't quite get over the hump there for that lead. It fell behind 12 early in that third quarter. Got it within 2 and just had a hard time getting closer there. Just kind of looking back on Friday, what did you see maybe with your team in that performance against Colby?
We did a good job of playing defense like the first and the third quarter. Second and fourth quarter, we got a little tired. We were reaching our hands rather than moving our feet all the time, but we still did a lot of really good things. We worked hard going to the offensive rebounds, the defensive rebounds. We got a few nice shots. We just got to keep putting our defense together for the entire time, and we really got to shut the Barton girl down.
You had some good moments in that game with your offense, the way you executed. I thought, kind of the working through the post with Megan and handing it off to Erica or whoever was driving to the basket. I thought that was really executed pretty well on your offensive end.
Megan got some nice dishes to the high post, and then she was giving it right back to the guards, getting them some layups or even, a foul every once in a while. So, we were running our offense pretty well and getting the shots we wanted. We're continually passing the ball and making sure we got that good shot, and everybody still contributed. We just got to score a few more.
Do you feel like the physicality is that something that's going to be really big for you guys as you play this game tonight, but also as you go through the stretch of the rest of the season?
For the rest of the season, we're going to have to be physical, be able to get knocked around the basket and still put the basket in. We're going to have to make sure we box people out because people are going to be pushing us to try to get those rebounds. Even out front, there's going to be people pushing and shoving, face guarding us. We're just going to have to make sure we help each other out by setting good screens, really looking for the backdoor cuts and that kind of stuff to help everybody out.
Once again, Coach Amy Felker joins me here pregame tonight as Scott City takes on the Goodland Cowgirls, and it's going to be a fired-up Cowgirl team, and both teams entering tonight, and really, in fact, are going to be pretty fired up, coming off tough losses on Friday night. Goodland here at home, and it's their first loss in a couple of years, so it's been a while for them, but they lost by 2 to a pretty good Holcomb team, and they lost a lot of height from last year. I think probably 24 feet worth of height from a year ago, but you take a look at this Cowgirl team, still a lot of good pieces returning from that state championship run last year.
They got a few that played quality minutes last year, but they also have filled the spots. They're not as offensively talented, but defensively they understand the defense, they understand their 1-3-1, they understand the man, and they're just long and big, and we're just going to have to really take care of the ball because most of their offense comes from their solid defense. You mentioned it, the 1-3-1. It seems like every time they switch into that, it is giving teams fits in the years past. What's kind of the key to kind of breaking that down? We just got to be aware as we're moving the ball up the court, and we just have to jump fast. We can't take 1 or 2 seconds to get there because that gives them time to really trap our guards. So we got to make sure we get to our spots quickly and we make good passes and we meet the pass, and then at the end we have to be able to attack the basket and score around the hole.
Should be a fun one here. Final game before Christmas break, and then 2.5 weeks off as Scott City takes on the Goodland Cowgirls. Coach Amy Felker here joining me pregame. Thanks again for the time, Coach, and good luck to you guys.
Thanks, Adam.
That was Scott City Beaver Coach Amy Felker. Pregame interviews brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. More coming in pregame show. We'll have a breakdown of the matchup. Also bring you starters, keys of the game, and the tip-off after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
BBN is brought to you by American Implement, All-in-One Wash, B&H Paving, Fairley Company, Faroe Heating and Cooling, First National Bank, Great Western Tire. Harris Chiropractic.
First National Bank of Scott City. One of the few places left that you could call today and speak with a person and be greeted at the door with a friendly face. Come see us at First National Bank, where you will feel at home. Let us help you with your banking needs, whether it be setting up a checking account, savings account, CD, or getting a loan for that new vehicle or home you have been dreaming about. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
We believe investing in our community is how we make a lasting impact. It's about more than just providing wireless services. We believe in rolling up our sleeves and working side by side with local organizations. Whether you're sharing cherished moments, staying updated on trends, or exploring your surroundings, we're there to keep you connected. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
fnbscott.com or come see us at First National Bank of Scott City, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And we return here to the Max Jones Fieldhouse here in Goodland on the top side of Kansas. Of course, a couple weeks ago they had the top side tip-off here in Goodland, where both the Cowboys and the Cowgirls would both win both the girls and boys championships here. Second time they've ever done that here in this tournament up here in Goodland. As we take a look at the matchups here tonight, we'll break things down with Scott City and Goodland. We should be in for a fun battle here tonight here in Goodland here. And taking a look at Scott City, yeah, they struggled a bit at times. And I think, kind of the thought just by watching them last week and kind of looking ahead here to tonight and even at moments against Cimarron, I think they're going to have to maybe step up the physicality a little bit here tonight. That's been hurting in the last couple of games. And against Cimarron, it was more of the rebounding. They did a better job rebounding, but I feel like Scott City tonight has to be the aggressor. They've got some very good free throw shooters. I think can take it to the basket and see if you can draw some fouls, some shooting fouls, and get to the line if you're the Lady Beavers tonight. And they have that capability, though. But it's been a good balanced attack this year for a Lady Beaver team so far in 6 games, averaging 54 points a contest. And even though they had their season low of 37 against Colby on Friday night, still showed some good promise there and didn't give up after being down by 12 in the third quarter. Had it to within 2, just could not get over that hump on Friday nights. And they were, of course, led in the scoring by Megan Trout, who recorded her first career double-double, 10 points and 12 boards. It was a good sign to see there. And Trout also, I believe, led the team in assists the other night on Friday night there. And she was a pretty good facilitator as well for Scott City in their offensive sets there on the give and goes, whether it be to Erica Felker, Avery Lewis, or Kendra Gentry, whoever the guards were. And she did a good job there the other night, and really saw her improvement there along the way. On the other side, you get Kendall Gentry, the big game. She had 6 points there the other night against the Kobe Lady Eagles. Erica Felker had another tough night shooting, 8 points for her. And after having 15, 15, and 15 after her first 3 games, she's been kind of held in check the last couple. But this would be an opportunity maybe against the zone at times tonight, the Goodland will bring out, and maybe against their defense, could be a big breakout night for Erica tonight, and this will be her 71st consecutive start. She's 71 for 71 in games played and games started here coming into tonight, and she leads the team in points and assists per ball game, and Avery Lewis continues to be consistent at 8 points and right under 9 points a game, but she still continues her good free throw shooting. And really changed a little bit in that first quarter the other night when Cheyenne Kramer picked up her second foul in the first quarter, I believe it was. And she's been a great defensive presence for Scott City this year, and she actually showed some pretty good offense as well with 5 in a row there in that third quarter when Scott City made their 9-0 run. But the Lady Beavers will have their hands full tonight with this Goodland Cowgirl team. Yes, Goodland lost some 3 outstanding seniors off their 26-0 state championship team a year ago, and they lost 4 seniors overall. And joked in the pregame, but you look at it literally, they lost 24 feet worth of starters from a year ago. 4 players, I should say, that were at least 24 feet there combined from a year ago. A team that went 26-0, 2-time 3A state champions. They were well under the weather on Friday night, and they'll be the first to say they're not going to make excuses for it, and they'll give a lot of credit to Holcomb for the victory there. And you know, Holcomb is a good team in the GWAC once again this year, and it was a good win there for Holcomb on the road here in Goodland on Friday night, 54-52, after they trailed by 9 after the first quarter of the Cowgirls. But it's going to be a lot of Jaxie Mitchek, Haley Blocklinger. Those are going to be your big scores for the Cowgirls. They average 53 points a game. Mitchek averaging 19.4 points a game, and Blocklinger has really come to life in her senior campaign at 10.2 points. Yeah, they lost a lot of their firepower from a year ago, but this senior group, Mitchek, Blocklinger, and Bierman, they played significant minutes a year ago. I believe Bierman and Mitchek both started a year ago, but you think about the other players coming in here along the way, they battled against some of the top players there from a year ago off that team, and so they've been pushed, and they've got the experience of going up against some high quality players. So they're going to be ready to go here tonight, and they're back feeling pretty healthy after kind of a rough week last week with the sickness bug going through their program there. But after tonight, Scott City will host Hugoton on the 5th of January and then have another week off, and then it's Holcomb on the 12th at Holcomb, and then the Sterling Invitational just like that on the 15th or 16th of January already. That's hard to believe. It's going to be a quick turnaround, but hard to believe we're already at that juncture of the season there where they only have 2 games in January to warm up for the Sterling Invitational. Goodland, after tonight, they will host Cimarron here on the 5th of January and then host Hoxie and Hugoton. So they're going to have a couple big teams coming up here in early January. Hugoton boys coming to town here as well, the defending 4A state champions, and then Hoxie girls who are really good in Class 2A. Cimarron struggled a little bit the other night, but they've shown signs of playing some pretty good basketball as well. This league is still going to be pretty good this year. Right now, Colby at 5-1, Goodland at 4-1, Holcomb at 4-2. Same with Scott City. Hugoton at 2-3. They picked up a win on Friday night over Cimarron, who's now 1-5, and Ulysses 0-6. Ulysses is playing at Dodge City tonight. Colby is at Russell. Also, Hugoton, they're at Liberal tonight. Cimarron and Holcomb have the nights off. We'll take our final break. We'll come back with starters, keys of the game, and the opening tip after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 car trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Go with the proven winner. I'm Michael Trout from State Farm in Scott City. When it comes to auto insurance, we score big with our policyholders. We score on competitive rates, on customer service, and on satisfaction and speedy claim handling. Let us quote your autos today and make you a part of the Trout State Farm team. Call or stop by Michael Trout State Farm and you can be assured of our personal best. Go with the winner, Michael Trout State Farm, Scott City.
We are looking forward to another exciting and spirit-filled year of
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at wsbks.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
The dedicated team at Norder Supply is passionate about assisting our customers in achieving maximum net return per acre. That is how we define our success. Through unparalleled agronomic advice and best-in-class customer service, you can depend on us to do what is best for your operation. Ask them today about their spot-on service and how it can fill your needs. Norder Supply. Plain talk, exceptional results.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry Office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD.
Goodland. And we'll get down to your keys to the game here. That's presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout. We're going to go with the proven winner when it comes to insurance. They score big with their policy holders. Keys tonight here for Scott City. I think the first key has to be figuring out the 1-3-1 zone. And Goodland has been good at giving teams fits over the years in that 1-3-1 look. And also another key for Scott City tonight is they're going to have to win it with defense and finding ways to out-rebound Goodland. This is a good rebounding team, averaging 30 rebounds a game. Scott City tonight, the Lady Beavers in their home Aroda navy blue uniforms, lighter blue numbers, and letters white trim. Goodland the home whites as they win the tap. Here's Mitchek taking it all the way, goes up and scores it just like that with 6 seconds in. You see what Goodland can do there right away, and Mitchek makes it 2-0 for the Cowgirls. We're down to 7:45 here, first quarter. Felker, Scott City with their first possession. They throw it away. Very similar to the start on Friday night against Colby, a turnover right after the opposing team scores. The Lady Beavers now will be in a man-to-man defense. Here's a three on the way, banked off. Rebound, though, goes in the hands of Haley Blocklinger. That was put up by the Cowgirls. I believe that was Hernig who put up the three. But nonetheless, the Lady Beavers trailing 2-0, 40 seconds in, and Goodland with another possession. Mitchek at the elbow, right jumper rimming in and out. And this time it's Kendall Gentry with the board for Scott City. We're their first minute in here, and it's 2-0 here for Goodland. Scott City looking for the first point. So wrapping around to Kramer. Kind of stranded, finds Gentry out high left, and now goes to Erica Felker, who's wearing number 40 tonight. And now back to Avery Lewis. Lewis up top it goes. Left side here is Felker, goes right side. Kramer with the deep two for the tie. Oh, man, that went halfway in and crawled out. Mitchek with the board for the Goodland Cowgirls, who lead at 2-0. 6:38 to go first quarter. In transition, shot right side, no. Rebound into the hands of Blockland with an offensive thing. Into Avery Lewis. Holds it, faces Hope Bierman, tries to drive in, kicks it out to Kramer. Right side to Felker, into Lewis, has great position, goes to her left. Her runner, no, got her own rebound, goes up, scores it, and is fouled. Good job by Lewis following up her own miss, and Scott City ties this one up at 2 here with 5:52 to go first quarter. That's on Haley Bierman, her first foul of the quarter. And in is going to be Libby Kira, 5'10" sophomore, as Lewis to the line to try to break this 2-2 tie and give Scott City the lead. Oh, she missed her first free throw of the year, and into the hands of Blanklinger. Already has 4 boards for the Cowgirls. In transition, Mitchek leaves it short. Rebound, Trout has it, and then, we had a timeout between 2 teammates and Goodland Cowgirl, but and even though it's advantage 2-1 on the rebound there, it's going to be Scott City's ball. Tied up at 2, 5:44 to work here in the first quarter here from Goodland as the Cowgirls applied some full court pressure. They'll inbound it in and throw it away. Turnover number 2 on Scott City. Up top now goes to Haley Bierman. Here's a Mitchek 3 on the way, and it's good. She has her third 3 of the year, 5-2 Goodland. With 5:34 to go first quarter, this has been a team that has struggled a little bit from downtown this year. Just 21%, but they were good on that one. They've hit one of the first 2 threes. Gentry to drive in, loses it, but we got a hack underneath on Goodland. That'll be their second team foul of the quarter. That'll be on Libby Keir, the sophomore. That's her first foul. He's the youngest of all those Keir siblings, and inbound into Trout underneath, goes up high off the glass and down. It's 5-4. Scott City, great play off the inbounds with 5:18 to go here in the opening quarter. Trout averaging just under 9 a game with their first basket of the night, and the Lady Beavers are to within 1. 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Goodland with the ball up top in the hands of Libby Keir. Now goes out high to Haley Bierman, one of the 3 senior starters for the Cowgirls. With it now is Jason Herenick. Herenick back up top to Libby Keir. Keir holds it, bounce pass to Haley Blockler. Tried the backdoor cut, but Scott City denies it well. Now wide open underneath, and the bank shot is good for Bierman, and Scott City lost track of her. Sure, first basket. 7-4 with 4:40 to go first quarter of play. Lady Beavers back down 3 with the basketball. Felker with it up top. Bounce pass to Kendall Gentry. We'll go right side to Kramer skips it. Oh, pass is deflected, and it's going to be out of bounds, and Scott City dodges a bullet there as Goodland had a chance for the steal. As Goodland will bring in Lauren Linton. She is a 5'10 sophomore. And also Marie Martin. She is a 5'10 junior. Linton and Martin averaged around 3 points a ball game. 4:20 here in the first. 7-4 your score. And a 3 on the left side. No for Felker. With the rebound, Lewis, she'll go up and she'll have 2 free throws. Her second offensive board of the quarter. Scott City's 0 for 1 on threes here in the going. And that foul is going to be on Libby Kier, her second, the third of the quarter. And Lewis, who just missed her first free throw of the year, now 16 of 17 on the year, looking to pull Scott City a little closer here. And she gets that one to go here with 4:14 to go first quarter. 7-5, Scott City back to within 2. Goodland's led it the entire way. Secure with two first quarter fouls, and Lewis has 4 of Scott City's 6 points, and they're back to within 1. Lady Beavers now 2 of 3 at the line in the first quarter. Goodland is yet to attempt. They go into Linton underneath, and she'll get the ball knocked away, says the official. And back in is going to be Hope Bierman to replace Libby Kier. As we're near the midway mark of this first quarter, 7-6 Goodland lead with the ball. It'll be the junior Marie Martin to inbound at 5'10 junior. They still have a lot of height. And then losing it off her foot on a low pass was Haley Bierman. Goodland's second turnover, and Scott City with an opportunity for the first lead of the night. As they'll bring in another sub here will coach Bill Bierman. Allie Kier, her and Libby Kier, they're cousins. As 5'6 sophomore replaces Marie Martin. So we're at the midway mark of this first quarter. 7-6, Scott City down 1. Full court pressure into Felker in the front court. She's going to take it right side on miss a rebound follow up. No, we're going to get a whistle tie up. As that time Felker tried to go around Haley Bierman, could not. And Trout could not get the putback on the backside, and the tie-up belongs to Goodland at the 3:59 mark, and the Lady Beavers still unable to get their first lead of the night. Down 7-6. Goodland back with the ball with Mitchek. And here's a right wing 3 on the way. Good. Wide open. Allie Kier, her second 3 of the year. Goodland's hit 2, and it's 10-6. 3:46 to go first quarter. They have hit 4 of their first 8 shots. Scott City has hit 2 of their first 7 shots. Nice cut. Here's Lewis going left side. Her left-handed layup is good. She has last 6 for Scott City, 10-8 with 3.5 to go first quarter. Lady Beavers down by 2. Here's Goodland with the ball. Haley Bierman drives in, and she'll draw a tripping foul. That'll be Scott City's first foul of the quarter, and that'll be on Kendall Gentry, her first. Mackenzie Metzger to enter the lineup for the first time. She'll replace Cheyenne Kramer, the 5'6 junior. Averages 3 points and nearly 3 rebounds a game. Back in is Marie Martin. And I believe that is also back in Blacklinger here. 3:24 here in the first. So go left side as Mitchek takes a seat in. It goes to Blacklinger. Double team. Deflected pass to Hope Bierman, left corner, back into Blacklinger. Left block goes around Trout, puts up a tough shot, got it. Good defense that time by Trout, but good play by Blacklinger. First basket, 12-8. As we approach 3:12 to go, or 3:08 to go first quarter. With it now, Trout to Kendall Gentry, right corner to Eric Felker. She'll drive the right baseline, pull-up jumper, no. Rebound, Avery Lewis tracks it down. Already her third offensive board of the quarter. And now here's Felker with it, trying to get it in the scoring book, and then ripped away, and they're going to get a whistle and a foul off the rip away by Haley Blacklinger, Scott City's third turnover. That'll be on Avery Lewis, her first. Scott City's second foul. And that'll bring in Kramer to replace Kendall Gentry. 2:51 here in the opening 8 minutes of play. Goodland with the lead in the ball. 12-8, they lead it. They beat Colby earlier in the year. That's the only common opponent Scott City has, 44-22. That was in the championship of the top side on the 9th of December, 10 days ago. Left side with it as Hope Bierman drives in on Felker, puts up a tough runner, no. And we're going to get tied for the rebound. A good job by Kinsey Metzger tying it up that time. Bierman misses the runner, and it'll be Scott City ball. Goodland's still going to play that full court press here. 2:37 to go in the opening frame. Inbound in to Mackenzie Metzger. Oh, she traveled with it. And that'll be the fourth Scott City turnover. Back in will be Jaxie Mitchek for Goodland. She'll replace Lauren Linton. So Goodland's ball, and Lady Beavers still cannot get over that hump where they haven't led in a while. Here's a jumper in from Mitchek. She has 7, and it's a 14-8 Cowgirl lead with 2.5 to go first quarter. It's the first time that anybody's had back-to-back possessions with points here, and it belongs to Goodland. They have a 6-point lead here as we approach 2:20 to go. Past the late decision, 3rd consecutive turnover for Scott City, and here comes Goodland in transition layup. Oh, that went halfway in and out for Blacklinger. Mitchek's following no, gets her own rebound, 3rd time, yes. And it's now 16-8, a quick 6-0 run here for the Cowgirls with 2:04 to go here in the first. As Mitchek now with 9 in the quarter, and it's a 6-0 Goodland run. 1:54 to go here. And it goes to Avery Lewis. Nice move. Left side layup. Yes, she has 8 of Scott City's 10 points here with 1:46 here in the opening quarter. Good assist from Felker. And then quickly, Goodland on there then. Here's another shot. No, this time good defense by Scott City as Cheyenne Kramer grabs the board on the miss that time. In transition, here's Metzger going to right. Shot blocked out of there by Mitchek. And it'll still stay Lady Beaver basketball. That was good defense by Trout on Blocklinger at the block, and back in for the Cowgirls is Herenik to replace Marie Martin. 91 first quarter seconds left, 16-10 Goodland leads it. Scott City looking to string together consecutive possessions with points. They get Felker in the corner for a 3. That one crawls off. She is over. First 4 from the floor, and back it goes to Goodland for the rebound and a whistle and a foul. Both teams now with 3 fouls here in the quarter. Are going to get that on Cheyenne Kramer. That is her first as Kendall Gentry returned to the Lady Beaver lineup. And Erica Felker's had some good looks. Is 0 for 4 here in the first quarter from the floor. And out is Avery Lewis in as Kendall Gentry. As Allie Kier checks out for Goodland. Here the minute 20 to go in the opening frame. So Lady Beavers down 6. Goodland with the ball. Bounce past Herenik left wing. They get it. Ball deflected by Kramer. Now we're going to have another tie-up. It'll still be Scott City ball in the possession arrow as Kramer just got a hand in there, enough for a tie-up there. Stops the clock with 74 first quarter seconds to go. 16-10, Goodland with the lead in the ball. They've led it the entire way. Scott City had one chance to take the lead. Now into Mitchek goes up, and she is fouled by Felker. That's her first, team's 4th. And 2 free throws for Mitchek, who's already had a big first quarter with 9. First trip to line for the Cowgirls, who are 66% on the year, and Mitchek, their best free throw shooter, at 76% on the year. Averaging 19 points a game. First free throw crawling in, and it makes it 17-10 with 1:08 to go here in the opening frame. So Goodland had the first 3 fouls of the game called on them. Scott City's had the last 4 called on them, and Mitchek hits them both, and she's had a big first quarter. 11 of their 18 points. 1:08 to go first quarter. So it's still 18-10 as Goodland remains in full court press. Metzger inbounds it into Kendall Gentry. Back to Metzger. They pressure off the inbounds. Final minute of this first quarter, Gentry into the front court, weaves her way around, steps back. Now to Metzger out high. Wants to drive right side, draws the foul. Final foul to give of the quarter. Now for Goodland with Marie Martin. That's her first, team's 4th. Stops the clock with 57.7 in the opening frame as Avery Lewis in for Mackenzie Metzger. Beavers with Cheyenne Kramer, Kendall Gentry, Avery Lewis, Megan Trout, and Erica Felker, and they're going to get a moving screen off the inbounds. An interesting call there. Guess did not get set, did Trout. And so that's Scott City's 5th foul. It's a player control foul, and Scott City's 6th turnover, and the Trout's first. Interesting call there. Not there enough movement there. That's one of their point of emphasis this year. Seems like a little bit more is the moving screens. Lady Beavers down 8. Goodland with the ball. 45 on the clock. First quarter play. Entry feed. Here's Blacklinger from point blank, and she has her 4th point. 20-10. Goodland on a 13-4 run over the last 3 minutes. 35 seconds to go here in the opening stanza. Trout with it up top, goes left side. Felker, can she knock down the college range three? Oh, that was halfway in and out. And the rebound goes to the Cowgirls. Haley Blocklinger already with 6 boards in this opening quarter. Goodland out rebounding Scott City 10-7 here in the first, and they'll go for the final shot with a 10-point lead. 15 seconds to work here in the first. Haley Bierman with it up top now, guarded by Kendall Gentry. Scott City goes to a little bit of a zone here, 2-3. Now it's Bierman with it. She'll drive in, pull up for the jumper. Barsby blocked rebound. Oh, Trout had it and then lost it with 2 seconds to go first quarter. Nope, they'll say last touch by Goodland. It'll belong to Scott City. Cowgirls with a 20-10 lead here with 1.6 here in the first. They'll get it in and Felker hold it, and that's in your first quarter. 20-10, Scott City with a 10-point lead, 8 minutes into the books here. We'll come back in a minute for the second quarter of play. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinic's skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in healthcare.
Scott City finds themselves down 10 after 8 minutes of play. At 20-10, Lady Beavers led by Avery Lewis. She had 8 in a row for Scott City, and Megan Tread had the other 2. Jaxie Mitchek already with 11 points for Goodland. At Scott City's basketball, Lady Beavers just shot 4 of 13 from the floor in that first quarter. Goodland had 2 threes. And then a tie-up right off the opening part of the second quarter, and Scott City with turnover, number 7 of the half. That's been really the story. Scott City with 7 turnovers, Goodland only 2. Cowgirls have out-rebounded Scott City 10-7 as Lady Beavers are into a zone. With it is Martin. Up top, it'll go to Haley Bierman. Back to Martin, right side. Back up top, Bierman turns down the 3, tried to drive around Gentry left side. Now Herenick will try a left wing 3, and she'll be short on it. Rebound underneath Cheyenne Kramer, and then she's going to get tied up. And it'll still stay Scott City's ball, and Kramer holds her ground underneath there after Mitchek tied up with Kramer, and they were locked with the ball there and spun her to the ground, and she's a little shaken up. She hit her tailbone there, and she's going to limp off. Hope she's okay, as Mackenzie Mensker is going to check in for her. So we're back to action here. And now Steele and Mitchek layup left side, yes. She has 13, and Scott City with 8 turnovers, and they now trail 22-10, and they throw it away here with 7:25 to go in the first half. Scott City not taking care of the ball. That's 3 turnovers in a row, and a layup is good by Blocklinger. She has 6, and Amy Felker wants time. 24-10, Goodland is on a 14-2 run over the last 4 minutes, and we're going to have a full timeout. We'll come back in 1 minute as well. This is Beaver basketball.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
Fairly Feed.
Equal opportunity providers.
It's a 14-2 run for Goodland over the last 4 minutes. Kaylee Felker in for the first time as she inbounds it into Erica, and then a foul on Jacelyn Herenick, her team's first of the quarter. for Goodland with 7:14 to go second quarter. Scott City only 2 points over the last few minutes here. They were to within 10-8 with 3:32 to go first quarter. Since then, it's been a 14-2 run. And Goodland, who shot 40%, 8 of 20 in that first quarter, already 2 of 2 in the second quarter as they tried to break the full court press of the pass. Deflected, and that'll be last touch by Goodland, they'll say. It'll belong to Scott City with 7:08 to go first half. And back in will be Kendall Gentry. And she will replace Chris Irvin, who was just in there, or correction, it'd be Erica Felker who exit. Chris Irvin also in, a 5'5 sophomore for the first time. Goodland will open up and set up in a 2-3 look, it looks like. Out of the dead ball. First minute of the second quarter. Trout goes right side to Mackenzie Metzger. Back up top to Gentry. She'll try a deep three. Oh, that crawls off. Had a good look up high, and Goodland with a rebound in the hands of Libby Kier back in there. And down the floor they go. Back up top, here's Bierman. Left baseline, Mitchek. Mid-range jumper, no. Rebound, Mackenzie Metzger for Scott City. And she'll rip it away for the Beavers, who are down 24-10 with 6:40 to go first half. Long ways to go, but the Lady Beavers have a lot of work to do. Gentry to drive in. Right side gets it to Trout. Is good position underneath. Backs her way in. Goes up. Tough shot. No. Couldn't get the backboard off of the backboard. That is Mitchek with her third board of the half. In transition, here come the Cowgirls, and a left layup on the right side for Bierman. She has 4, and it's now 26-10 with 6:20 to go first half. And so Goodland has hit 3 of the first 4 shots of this second quarter. Scott City 0 for 2, and have a couple of turnovers. Metzger turns down the deep 2, pulls up for the mid-range jumper, and Scott City cannot buy a basket as they get another rebound in the hands of Blocklinger. Already on 7 boards here in this first half. Mitchek almost stepped on the baseline. Here's a left side 3, a little strong that time. We got a whistle and a push on the backside on Goodland. That'll be charged to Libby Kier. That'll be her third foul with 5:57 to go first half. And that'll be their second team foul of the quarter. Lauren Linton and Marie Martin in for the Goodland Cowgirls. Also out is Megan Trout and Mackenzie Metzger for Scott City. And back in is Erica Felker and also Avery Lewis. Gamer back on the bench sitting, so hopefully that's a good sign. Kaylee Felker pivots. Oh, missed pass on that. Already 10th turnover for Scott City. They have 4 turnovers this quarter. Goodland with a 16-2 run, and the runner short for Hope Bierman. Rebound will be last touched out of bounds by Goodland, they'll say. It'll be Scott City ball, and Coach Amy Felker will burn another 30-second timeout with 5:39 to go second quarter. Basketball once again presented here tonight by Winterland Farms, Wilkins Physical Therapy, White's Food Line, Wheatland Electric, Western State Bank, Western Kansas Insurance, Volgamore Family Farms, Turner Sheet Metal, True North Cafe, Trophy Wine and Spirits, Original Grande, Stevens Veterinary Services, State Farm Insurance, Spencer Pest Control, Specialty Risk Insurance, Sharp Shooting Supply, Security State Bank, Scott Pro, Scott County Record, Scott County Hospital, and also Scott Cooperative Association, Scott County Title and Abstract and Title Company, and those are some of your corporate sponsors. So Lady Beavers really struggling here. Have not had a basket in quite a while. Jaxie Mitchek to lead Goodland right now with 13 points. On the other side, Avery Lewis has 8 of Scott City's 10 who have yet to score in this second quarter. And they have not scored in 4 minutes here. It's been a 10-0 run in that 4-minute span by Goodland. Scott City's ball out of the timeout, down 16 with 5:38 to go first half. Kendall Gentry in the front court, dribbles to the right, now drives in. Avery Lewis with a deep 2. That one, crawls in and out. Scott City's getting some good looks, but that rim feels like it's gotten a little shorter or smaller as the game has gone on. The layup on the other end by Bierman, no, but she is fouled. She'll get 2 free throws. First foul on Scott City this quarter. You just got to keep shooting if you're Scott City. Did not see who they got that foul on initially, but it's the first of the quarter on Scott City. And, Kaylee Felker, with the first. Free throw line is Haley Bierman, 8 of 9 on the air, and she misses that one. Goodland now 2 of 3 at the line, as is Scott City. As Megan Trout in for Scott City, Haley Blocklinger back in for Goodland. Good to see Cheyenne Kramer back in the lineup. She'll replace Krista Irvin, and Scott City down 16 here with 5:19 to go first half to the number 8 ranked team in Class 3A, the Goodland Cowgirls. Lost for the first time in 44 games on Friday night. Bierman hits 1 out of 2. She now has 3 in the quarter and 5 for the half, and it's now a 17-2 run. 27-10, 5:19 to go first half, as Scott City's going to throw this one away as Felker was trapped on the inbound, and that'll be Scott City's 12th turnover of the half. Make that their 11th. That'll be Erica Felker back in to be Mackenzie Metzger. Just a rough first half for the blue-shirted Lady Beavers, who in a 2-3 zone. Left side, it goes to Jason Hrenik. Hrenik got a screen up top from Marie Martin, who drives right side. She'll take it almost carry that time on a high dribble. Uses up her dribble now, finds it out high to Haley Bierman. 4:55 to work first half. 27-10 Goodland with the lead and the ball. Right side, here's a Martin three. Good. Her third three of the year, and they are on a 14-0 run and 20 the last 22 points with 4:45 to go. Here in the half, it's now 30-10 for Goodland. Driving in, here's Trout, and the drought is over finally. Megan Trout with her 4th point as she weaved her way through. 30-12 with 4.5 to go first half. Breaks a 5-minute drought for Scott City, and also a 14-0 run for the Cowgirls. Bounce pass and an unforced error, their 3rd turnover of the half, but just their 1st of the quarter. That's really been the story as well in this half. Scott City with 11 turnovers, Goodland with just 3. Goodland's cashed in on a bunch of those opportunities. They have out-rebounded Scott City 13-9 in this first half unofficially. Right side, Avery Lewis. Up top to Kendall Gentry as we're near the midway mark of the second quarter. Lewis will go to her right. Pivots, needs help. Bounce pass out high to Gentry. Looking to drive in and gets pushed that time. And that'll be a foul on Jason Hrenik, her 2nd and the team's 3rd of the quarter at the 4:07 mark of the first half. Goodland with a little foul trouble. Hope Bierman and Jaxie Mitchek back into the Cowgirl lineup. Out as Mackenzie Metzger, and back in as Erica Felker, who's still scoreless here tonight, just kind of in a funk here. Break might be a good time here for Lady Beavers to hit that reset button if they can't come back in this one. Kind of a tough one over the last 3 games. Left side to Erica Felker at the halfway mark of the second quarter. Up top to Kendall Gentry, 30-12. Almost a moving screen that time on Avery Lewis out high. Bounce pass, here's Erica Felker to Megan Trout. Oh, had to cut to Kramer. The pass is a little high, and we're going to get another tie, but that's going to be Goodland basketball on the possession arrow. It was a good idea on the pass that time. Just left it a little high for back-cutting Cheyenne Kramer, and Scott City with another turnover. Here with 3:46 to go before intermission. Goodland has outscored Scott City 10-2 in this quarter and 30-12 in the ball game. It's 20-10 after 1. And now the Martin three on the right wing is in and out. Rebound. Good job by Megan Trout with position. She has her 3rd board of the half for Scott City. Down 18 in transition. Here's Gentry looking to drive in. Finds Felker out high. With 3:20 to go second quarter, Gentry drives right side. Can't miss her. She's got the bright pink sneakers. Here's a 3 for Felker, short. That was behind the college arc. That was dead on, but short, and the rebound to Goodland in transition. Here's Hope Bierman going all the way. Nice dish backside. Somehow got to Blocklinger, puts it up, leaves it short. Loose rebound underneath, and it's Kendall Gentry who ends up grabbing it for Scott City. Lady Beavers down 18, under 3 to go first half. Gentry flips it back behind her to Kramer and back to Gentry. And both wear those bright neon to pink sneakers. Now here's Erica Felker. She'll drive in strong. Her runner, no. Man, it feels like that the rim has gotten a little bit smaller for her. She had another good look that time, and Piper Fox in for the first time, and Mackenzie Metzger back into the Scott City lineup. Goodland will bring back in Allie Keir to replace Haley Bierman. Out for Scott City, Cheyenne Kramer. And Kendall Gentry here with 2:45 to go second quarter. Just a 2-point period for the Beavers so far, down 30-12. Going right side of the pass to Hope Bierman. Bierman guarded by Erica Felker, and there's going to be a foul on Erica. That'll be her 2nd and the team's 2nd of the quarter, and she's the first Lady Beaver in foul trouble tonight. Felker with 2 now. She'll stay out there. Lady Beavers down 18. 2.5 to go first half. With it as Allie Keir goes right to Mitchak. She'll line up for a 3. No. Rebound ripped away by Megan Trout for Scott City. Grabs her 4th board of the half. Scott City with the ball, down 18, 2:20 to go. Metzger underneath the Piper Fox, who puts it off the glass, but she's fouled. And a good ball movement that time. Fox with the free throws coming up, looking for her first points of the night. Did not play on Friday. So Mitchek with their first, and the final foul to give for Goodland with 2:18 to go before intermission. Scott City first trip to the line in the quarter. As two Lady Beavers have scored, and Fox leaves that first free throw short as Jacelyn Hrenik in to replace Marie Martin. 30-12 Goodland lead. Nobody has scored here in quite a while. Goodland on about a 2.5-minute drought. Scott City just a little over 2 minutes. And the Lady Beavers the last team to score. Second free throw for Fox leaves that one short as well. And the rebound to Blocklinger, who already has 6 points and about 8 boards in this half. On the other end, Mitchak has her 15th point. Scott City gets beat down 32-12 with 2:07 to go first half. And Scott City struggles here continuing this half. Goodland coming out on fire and dominating about every facet of the game. Now wide open shot, gets it up, go, and she has the last 4 for Scott City. A nice ball movement for Scott City, 32-16, 1:50 to go first half, and that's a much-needed basket. On the other end, it's Blocklinger for 2. She now has 8, and it's 34-16 with 1:40 to go second quarter. So Scott City unable to string points together here in this half. With it is Mackenzie Metzger, uses up her dribble, skips it over right side to Felker. She'll drive right baseline, pull-up jumper. She's on the board finally. Her first basket, 34-18 with 1:24 to go. And Scott City's hit their last 2 shots, and they get a kick ball out high by Scott City. It'll still be Goodland Cowgirl ball as Kendall Gentry to enter for Erica Felker, who has 2 fouls and 2 points. Back in for Goodland will be Marie Martin, and she'll replace Jacelyn Hrenik. 34-16 Goodland lead with the ball. 1:20 to go first half. Goodland went on a 20-2 run in the first and second quarters to really separate themselves, and they've never looked back in this one. Marie Martin with it, left wing guarded by Fox. Scott City back into a man defense. Right side to Kier at the wing. Now to Mitchak trying to drive around Lewis. Shot blocked that time, but tracked down by Blocklinger on the, and now a 3 on the way. No. Rebound ripped away by Bierman. That's Hope Bierman. And Goodland with another opportunity here with a minute 55 seconds, to go first half. So offensive rebound again there for Goodland, and then they're going to get the ball knocked out of bounds here with 48 seconds to go before intermission. Back in for Goodland will be Haley Bierman to replace Allie Kier, who hit a first quarter 3. 34-16 Goodland lead. 48 first half seconds in. Mitchak catches shot blocked, and a late whistle. It almost felt like the foul was called right after you heard Bill Bierman yell foul. And the foul was on Mackenzie Metzger first. Scott City's third of the quarter. It probably was a foul, but it was pretty late called there. Mitchak with 2 free throws, where she's 2 for 2 from the line and has 15. And so will remain there. That's Goodland's second miss from the line. They're now 3 of 5 there. Scott City 2 of 5. Down 18 late first half, and will stay that way. It's Trout with their 5th board of the half. Great box out on that miss. Scott City with an opportunity to score back-to-back possessions for the first time tonight. Gentry up top to Mackenzie Metzger, who drives in, stripped but picked up by Gentry. Out high to Avery Lewis, so 30 first half seconds remaining. Lewis will go to her right. Run the screen now. Here's Metzger with it. Trying to drive right baseline up top to Gentry. Trying to feed it into Trout in the late delay. Miscommunication. Scott City with their 13th turnover. Goodland with the ball. In transition, layup no that time for Blocklinger. And Gentry with their 3rd board of the night. Scott City with it here, down 18 with 10 seconds to go. Right side to Piper Fox with it. Now to Metzger up top. Here's Avery Lewis with 4, with 3, with 2 into Trout. She'll drive in. Her layup is no good, but she's fouled with 0.2 of a second to go first half. And that's going to be the second foul on Jaxie Mitchak. And so Trout with 2 free throws. She has 6.5. And only 3 players have scored for Scott City in this half, down 18. First time for opportunity for back-to-back possessions worth of points, and Trout hits that one, makes it 34-19, or 17, excuse me. With 0.2 of a second, and it's 34-18. So Scott City back to within 16. Mitchak will just hold it and let the 0.2 run off. The Cowgirls with a 34-18 lead over Scott City here at the break. They've won the last 6 in this series and are up by 16. For Scott City was outscored in that quarter 14-8. Halftime to commence in 3 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Fairleigh Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairleigh Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
The world needs more farmers. People who know the land. People who support rural communities. People who are as diverse as each acre they care for. But unless you've been born and raised on a family farm, it's nearly impossible to become a farmer. That's why we are building a team of people from our hometown and across the world to do what they love. We are not just a family farm. We are a multi-family farm. We are Volgamore Family Farms.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Transform your farm's future with premium hybrids, robust data, and unparalleled expertise from Axis Seed Red Barn. We partner with you to customize a plan featuring industry-leading seed that matches your unique soil and growing conditions, helping you to farm differently and making your operation more profitable. Contact us at www.redbarn.ag to gain access to premium seed proven to outperform. And go Beavers!
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and parts staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides new and used vehicles. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet and GMC dealership in Scott City.
BBN is supported by Shapland Real Estate, State Farm, The Original Grande, Bullertson Family Dentistry, Volgamore Family Farms, Western State Bank, Wood River Energy, Scott Community Foundation, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services.
Thank you for your business and look forward to working with you. Turner Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning, South Highway 83, Scott City, where they do whatever it takes. We've reached halftime here at the Max Jones Fieldhouse here in Goodland. Scott City trailing the Goodland Cowgirls here on your Precision Ag and Seed halftime show. It's the Goodland Cowgirls 34 and Scott City 18. Really the big story was that that run at about a 7-minute stretch, 6.5-minute stretch in that first and second quarter where Goodland outscored Scott City 20-2. And Scott City just had a hard time recovering, and then the Lady Beavers were down 20. They're down 16, so they were able to score the last 4 points of the first half, but turnovers becoming a big issue for Scott City. Really, it's not foul trouble. It's just they've had some good looks, some missed shots, and Goodland beating Scott City back down the floor and after a basket, especially in the last part of the second quarter. First half scoring for Scott City looks like this. They were led by Avery Lewis as well as Megan Trout, each with 8 points, and Erica Felker with 2 in that first half for Scott City. And we'll run through some of their stats here. They do have a total of 8 first-half fouls, had 13 turnovers, had no steals. They had they did have 1 steal, I beg your pardon. But they did have a total of 11 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive boards, 14 first-half boards for Scott City. For the Goodland Cowgirls, they were led by Jaxie Mitchek. She had 15 first-half points. She had 11 of those in the first quarter. So she's already near her season average. It was an 8-point first half for Haley Blocklinger. Also 5 for Haley Bierman in the first half. Also 3 for Marie Martin. That was the first half scoring, and also 3 for Allie Keir for the Goodland Cowgirls here in this first half. So Scott City trailing it here 34-18. Goodland had a total of 9 fouls. They just had 3 turnovers and 6 steals. They had 10 defensive rebounds, 7 offensive boards, 17 rebounds, and those second chance opportunities proved to be big here in the first half. We'll take another 3-minute break, come back with the rest of your first half stats. 34-18 Lady Beavers trail here at the break. This is Scott City basketball.
At American Implement, we know that our farmers and ranchers are getting up and going to work every morning to provide food, fuel, and fiber for the world. And even though time and technology keeps us constantly changing, one thing will always remain the same. We promise that we'll continue working right beside you. We appreciate all that you do for our country and our communities. From all of us at American Implement, thank you, and may God bless the American farmer and rancher.
BBN is brought to you by HRC Feed Yards, J&R, Next Tech Wireless, Red Barn Enterprises, S&T Communications, Scott County Hospital, Scott Co-op, Security State Bank, Turner Sheet Metal,
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
(34-18) your score. First half stats, looking at those some more here. Scott City 7 of 20 from the floor, which haven't shot the ball too bad. It feels like it's worse than that, but it's only 35%. It feels like it's been much worse. They've had some good shots that just wouldn't drop. It's a little deceiving with all the turnovers with 13 of them. But Lady Beavers 0 of 5 on 3, 7 of 15 on 2-point baskets, and 4 of 7 at the line for the Goodland Cowgirls. They were 40% at the break. 14 of 35. They were 11 of 28 on 2-point baskets, 3 of 7 on threes, and 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Foul trouble for both teams, more maybe for Goodland than Scott City, but it's a moot point right now. For Scott City, you had Erica Felker with 2 fouls. For Goodland, Libby Keir with 3, and then Jaxie Mitchek and Jacelyn Herenick each with 2 fouls. Still a pretty senior-heavy team for the Goodland Cowgirls. They do have 4 seniors in their starting lineup. Scott City just 2. So, of course, it'll be a 17-day hiatus for the Lady Beavers and Scott City boys. They'll be back in January of 24 at home against the Hugoton Eagles on the 5th of January. Goodland will come back on the 5th as well. They'll host Cimarron. That'll be a league game for them. The league game between Scott City and Goodland will be on the 19th of February in Scott City. Make that the 20th of February. Second half now officially underway. Kendall Gentry, Erica Felker, Cheyenne Kramer, Megan Trout, and Avery Lewis on the floor for the Lady Beavers. Then it goes to Trout. Great position. Goes to her left. Goes up through contact. Misses it, but gets her own rebound. And she gets her rebound after her own miss there. And now right corner here, Cheyenne Kramer. Lady Beavers down 16. If you're Lady Beavers, you just want to try to win this second half. If you may not be able to win the game, just try to win the second half at least. Get some momentum in this. Now Felker steps back after a pass from Lewis, and she'll be short on a three on the left wing. And the rebound goes to Haley Blanklinger, who's working towards a double-double. So Scott City had a couple of great opportunities there, but missed. As Goodland with the ball into mid-check, tried that backdoor feed, goes around Lewis. Nice up on her move and has her 17th point. 36-18, first minute of this second half. Scott City back down by 18. With it now, Cheyenne Kramer right corner. It goes to Erica Felker. Still just 2 points tonight. Kramer with it, pivots, 6:50 to go, back out high to Felker. She'll drive in, trying to lob it in, and ball stolen away, and that'll be turnover number 14 on Scott City in transition. Mid-check layup, no. Got her on rebound, and a follow-up, no. And the rebound in the hands of Avery Lewis. So Mid-check missing a couple of bunnies there, point blank. Scott City yet to score here in this third quarter. We're 90 seconds in, down 18. Man-to-man defense for Goodland. Here's Gentry taking it all the way, then to Felker right side. Felker looking to feed it in to Trout, but can't. Now back to Gentry. Nice, good position by Trout, and she'll put it up off the glass for Scott City's first points of the half, 36-20, with 6:14 to go here in the third quarter. Good ball movement that time. Scott City gets a 2, and they're back to within 16. Herenig with it, right wing. Bounce pass back up to Hope Bierman. They'll swing it around left to Haley Bierman. And a great position and a shot. Oh, that crawls off, and Kramer can rip it away from Mid-check. He'll go up and score it. Another offensive board for Goodland, and that's Mid-check's 19th point, 38-20, with 5:48 to go here in the third stanza. Goodland with another offensive board here tonight and another turnover, the 15th now on Scott City. 2-on-2 numbers. Mid-check with it poked away by Avery Lewis on the baseline, and out of bounds it'll stay with the Cowgirls. It'll be Mackenzie Metzger in, and for Goodland it'll be Lauren Linton and also Molly Martin out as Avery Lewis. And in is going to be Libby Cure, who sat down most of the first half with 3 personal fouls. So wholesale changes complete, and we're going to be back to action. With 5:37 here in the third inning, it goes to Mid-check, blocked by Metzger, but right to Libby Cure, who gets pushed, and Cure will have 2 free throws. Looking to get on the board here. Trout's second foul. Not a bad foul. This will be Cure's first trip to the line tonight. She comes in 0 of 9, which means she's going to hit at least one of these. Nope, she was short on that one. Cure, the youngest of all those Cure siblings, I believe 5 of them. Of course, Lincoln will be in the boys' game, and then her older sister, Lindsay, in Colorado playing volleyball, redshirting, but she hits 1 out of 2. See, I called it. She was going to hit a free throw. 39-20, 5.5 to go third quarter. And Scott City with the ball down by 19. They've never led in this game. Felker left corner with it. Bounce pass into Trout. Great position up top to Metzger, who lost it now to Gentry. She's open for a left wing triple. She'll be too strong on that one. Scott City yet to hit a 3 tonight, and we're going to get a tie-up. And that'll be Libby Cure who will win the possession arrow favoring Goodland. That was a good look for Gentry in the left wing 3. Scott City 0 of 6 from downtown. Avery Lewis in for Cheyenne Kramer, and Allie Kier back in for Goodland, replacing Marie Martin. These teams like to go 4 deep on their bench. So at the 5:10 mark of the third. It's been a 5-2 run for Goodland this quarter so far at 39-20. Ball stripped out of there of Kier's hands to pick back up, and now Mitchek back up top. And to go to Libby Kier, now back to Haley Bierman. Bierman will go left with the dribble, guarded by Kendall Gentry. Scott City in a man defense. 4:50 to go third. Back up top now to Mitchek. To Allie Kier, goes bounce pass right to Libby Kier. She'll try to drive around We got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. That's going to be on Goodland. That'll be their 4th turnover of the night and the first foul of the quarter. They're going to say Lauren Linton pushed off, or she hooked Lewis at the block. That's the first foul of the quarter on the Cowgirls. Both teams with 1 foul this third quarter with 4:45 here in the third. 39-20, Goodland with the lead. Scott City with the ball back. Gentry with it, goes right side. As we haven't seen the 1-3-1 yet tonight from Goodland. And now Lewis will try to drive right baseline. She's cut off by Mitchek to Mackenzie Metzger. Back up top to Kendall Gentry, who holds it. Now goes left to Erica Felker. Goes back door. Here's Avery Lewis trying to go up. Stuffed by Mitchek, who grabs the board for the Cowgirls. Down the floor in transition, Libby Cure. Bounce pass right into Kendall Gentry's hands. Turnover number 5 on Goodland as we're near the midway mark of this third quarter. Now Scott City will lose it. They'll say deflecting. That's going to be a pushing foul, and Allie Cure, her first. Goodland's second foul of the quarter with 4:07 here in the third. 39-20 is your score. And Scott City will bring it across with Kendall Gentry running the point here. She'll go right at the pass to Avery Lewis. Back to Gentry. Up top, it'll go to Erica Felker. She'll drive right side, right lane line, then pulls up, needs help. Trying to find it somebody up top, and Scott City throws it away for their 16th turnover of the night. 3:48 here in the third, down 39-20 the Lady Beavers to one of the top 8 teams in 3A of the Goodland Cowgirls. Here's Mitchek. Her shot is short. Good defense by Lewis and into the hands of Scott City for the backside board. That was good defense by Lewis there. Right side to Felker and underneath trying to get to Lewis, and that's going to be a push on Jaxie Mitchek. That'll be her third foul with 3.5 to go third quarter and the team's third of the quarter. And it will be Haley Blocklinger to replace Jaxie Mitchek. Even without all the 6-footers, this is still a lengthy team. You bring in a 5'10" Libby Cure off the bench. Blockwinger's 5'10", Lauren Linton's 5'10", Marie Martin's 5'10". Into Trout, goes up and can't get it to go. Almost had her own rebound and ripped away by Blocklinger. Picks up her 10th board of the night. We're down to 3:20 to go. Had a great idea, and then Scott City tried to save it and play off a deflection. Last touch by Gentry. Good hustle there. Lady Beavers have played good at times, just not getting the shots to drop in here tonight. And the length of Goodland has affected them at times here. They'll still stay Cowgirl basketball. With it is Haley Bierman. Right side to Libby Cure. Now whistle, and they're going to call a hack out high. That'll be on Kendall Gentry, her first. First of the quarter on the, correction, that's her second. First of the quarter. Hope Bierman in, and Jason Herenik out as Kendall Gentry for Scott City. Back in is Chris Irvin. Gentry scoreless tonight. It's only taking a couple of shots. 3:13 left in the third. 39-20. Goodland with the lead. They've won the last 6 in this series. Scott City has not won in this building since 2018. They won 58-46 on the 18th right before Christmas break. Here's a layup blocked for Cure in the rebound. Scott City unable to handle it. And them and Goodland fought for it, and it'll still stay Cowgirl basketball with 3:01 here in the third. Inbounding it in underneath, deflected, but right to Herenik, who rushes her shot, misses it. Backside, here's Chris Irvin with it for Scott City. And a whistle and a block out high. That'll be on Hope Bierman, her first. And that's the 4th Cowgirl foul in this second half. With 2:54, these teams haven't scored in quite a while. Scott City, it's been a little over 3 minutes, and almost 3 minutes for Goodland. Just 2 points in this third quarter for Scott City. Entry feed into Trout. Loses the handle, but picks it back up. Pump fake, shot up, yes, and one. Goes over Lauren Linton, who fouls for the second time. And Trout in double figures with dozen now. And it's 39-22 with 2:43 here in the third. So Scott City breaks a 3.5-minute drought with 2:43 to go here in the third. 39-22. Trout's free throw is bouncing around and drops home. She has a baker's dozen, and it's a 16-point deficit. 39-23. 2:35 to work here in the third. Return game is late February, last game of the regular season. Now, Lady Beavers will have to wait a few days till their fate to where they would go for regionals, but long, long ways to go. And now driving in, and they're going to whistle and a bailout foul on Scott City. That'll be their third of the quarter. Bierman looked like she was kind of driving in a tough position. They're going to get that actually on Chris Irvin her first. As Kendall Gentry, Cheyenne Kramer in, Avery Lewis and Erica Felker will exit. With 2:24 here in the third. 39-23, Goodland leading the ball. And they'll almost throw it away, but right in the hands of Blockner, retrieves it now to Alliker, turns down the three, quickly guarded by Metzger. 2:15 to go. Up top, it's to Hope Bierman, the sophomore. Now lobs it to Linton. And go backside with it and then stripped out of the hands, but picked back up. 2 minutes to go, third quarter, a 16-point Cowgirl lead with the ball. Nice work into Linton, who goes up. She's fouled. She'll get 2 free throws. They went short corner from Blocklinger and Linton to the foul line. This will be your first trip to line this year. That's on Megan Trout, her third, and Scott City's 4th team foul of the quarter all of a sudden. Linton averaging 3 points this year, 2 strong on the first. But now Scott City's leading scorer to throw a little more salt on the wound now with 3 fouls. As Trout will exit. And Xavier Lewis, also Cheyenne Kramer, Chris Irvin, Mackenzie Metzger, and Kendall Gentry. Allie Cure exits. Back in. Sergeant Friggett, that is for Linton, is good. And 2 more in for Goodland, Libby Cure and Jaxie Mitchek. It makes it 40-23. With 2:02 to go, third quarter. Trout has 11 of Scott City's last 13 points in this second and third quarter. Mackenzie Metzger trying to end that with a 3. Can't get it on the left side. Mitchek with another board for the Cowgirls. Good look from Metzger out high. Minute 40 to go, third quarter, 17-point game. Stuffed underneath by Gentry, and then she hacks on the second time, and that'll be her third foul. And that was the last foul to give for Scott City here with 1:39 to go, third quarter. Good effort by Gentry, but Mitchek will go to the line for 2 here. Correction, that's going to be Blocklinger. Beg your pardon, at the line for 2. She has 8 points, looking for a double-double here. She is 73% at the line this year, and clinks off for the first. Goodland has struggled at the line here in this second half. Now 2 of 7, and Scott City will burn a full timeout. We'll take it as well with 99 third quarter seconds remaining. 40-23 Goodland. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
BBN is supported by Norder Supply, Lone Tree Farms, Pioneer Communications, Beaver Booster Club, White's Foodliner, Scott City Eye Center, Shells, Flowers, and more, Scott City Pharmacy, Giftologists.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
The Scott City Beavers.
Second free throw in, now they timeout and miss. And belong here. And tie-up goes to Scott City here with a minute 38 here in the third. Megan Trout back in the lineup, replaced as Mackenzie Metzger exits. So got Scott City with that defensive board there on the tie-up. Minute 33 to go, third quarter. With it is Kramer up top to Kendall Gentry. She'll drive left side. Now Cheyenne Kramer drives left side, almost walked with it. Now puts it into Trout. She'll go around, her runner right side, no, and the rebound Blocklinger with her 11th board. 40-23 here with a minute 15 here in the third. Up top, working around perimeter left to Libby Cure for a 3. Misses everything. Gentry has to save it into play, but she stepped on the baseline. Says the official, it'll still be Goodland basketball. 1:08 here in the third. It's been a kind of a drug-out third quarter here. Game almost decided. Mid-check, bank shot, no. Tipped it into the hands of Cheyenne Kramer. Grabs just her third board of the night. Here comes Felker in transition to Lewis. Puts it up. She's fouled, and that was a good fast break for the Lady Beavers there. And it'll be Lewis to the line looking for points 9 and 10. Has not scored since the first quarter. 58 seconds on the third quarter clock. And that's on Libby Cure, her fourth, with 58 seconds here in the third. 2 free throws for Lewis. Oh, and rims off. I talked about her perfect free throw shooting in the pregame, and that might be the casualty of the broadcast jinx, as she was 16 of 16 coming into tonight. She's now 2 of 4 at the line. Scott City's third free throw attempt now the second half, and she missed them both, and the rebound tracked down out high by Haley Bierman. That's her first rebound of the night. Goodland with 22 rebounds tonight. 40-23 here with 45 seconds to go here in the third. Up top, it'll go to Marie Martin. Entry feed now with it as Trout gets a steal, and they're going to get a tie-up out of that. So Goodland will save the possession with 39.6 to go third quarter.
That was awesome.
Lady Beavers still fighting in this one, down 17. Not a whole lot has been going here as of late. It's a quick start to the third quarter, and then Scott City with a steal. 6 Goodland turnover. Gentry's going to weave her way through. She'll lay it up, and oh, she can't get her first basket of the night. And then Goodland, they're going to say Scott City was last to touch it. Gentry tried to plead the official who did not want to buy the sales pitch. Good effort by Gentry, just couldn't get it to drop in for her first points of the night. And Goodland with the ball with 25 seconds now in the third. We've been stuck at 40-23. This has been a slow-moving third quarter here for both teams. Only 5 points for Sky City, 6 for Goodland. 14 on the clock, third quarter. Bounce pass, a low one to Midcheck, but hauls it in now up top. It goes to Bierman. Haley Bierman with 7. 5 seconds. Marie Martin lob in, right side shot. Blocked that time by Trout. Rebound Gentry, and that'll be the end of your third quarter. So good defense by Scott City. And a low-scoring affair. Goodland ends up outscoring Scott City by a point, but it's a 17-point game going to the fourth quarter at 40-23. We'll be back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball. It's Scott City's ball to begin the fourth quarter, and they're down by 17. Here's Shine Kramer. Might have been bumped to let it play. 7:50 to go. Felker now to Kramer, driving the right baseline again. Back to Felker. She'll pull up for the mid-range jumper. That was blocked that time by Martin, and here's Goodland back with it underneath with Midcheck with their 6th board of the night. 40-23, Goodland with the lead and the ball. Opening seconds of this fourth quarter. Good look for Felker. Right now has just 2 points tonight. Megan Trout leads Scott City with 13, and Avery Lewis has 8. Only 3 Lady Beavers has scored. Here's a 3 short. It was dead on. Kramer tracks down the board for Scott City. Now down the floor, Felker gets it poked away, and Scott City commits their 17th turnover of the night. They have 3 on 2 numbers and a layup from Midcheck for another basket. That is her 21st point, and it's now 42-23 with 7:07 to go. She has 21 on the night. Underneath it goes give and go to Trout. She'll try to go up, and they're going to call it traveling out of that, and another Scott City turnover. Scott City's 18th of the night. Bierman, Libby Kier, and Lauren Linton in as well. This is the point where it's a rough game. You just want to keep fighting and don't want to think about Christmas break yet. I'll fight to the end here. Piper Fox and Kendall Gentry back in as Erica Felker and Cheyenne Kramer exit. Lady Beavers tonight 5 of 10 from the line. Goodland only hit 2 of 8 in that third quarter from the line. They're 5 of 14. Scott City down 19, opening minute plus of this fourth quarter. Deflected, picked back up by Linton, and a whistle. They're going to get her for travel. That'll be Goodland's 7th turnover of the night. As mentioned, Scott City with 18. The turnovers really hurt the Lady Beavers in that first half. 6:40 to go here in this game. Boys game to fall in a battle of undefeateds. Here's Mackenzie Metzger up top to Avery Lewis. With it is Kendall Gentry. Holds it. Now finds Piper Fox at the left elbow in the lane. Her jumper, oh, that crawls off. Get the good looks, just can't get him to drop. And Mitchek with another board for Goodland as they push it down the floor right side. Here's Hope Bierman for a deep two. Bounces off. Rebound, Goodland saves it, but then they get a pushing foul underneath on Scott City. Well, Libby Cure with that board and a foul on Scott City, the first of the fourth quarter. 6:14 remaining. That'll be on Megan Trout, her fourth. Trout has had 11 of Scott City's last 13 points of the game. That's over the second and third quarters. Trout will exit with 4 fouls with 6:14 to go. And it goes as Felker back in for Scott City. That's Erica driving in. Tough shot for Linton. Can't bank it in. And crashing the board was Libby Kieran. She gets held. She'll be a foul on the floor. Scott City not boxing out that time. And it'll be a foul on the floor. That'll be on Erica Felker, her third. As I mentioned, the second Scott City foul this quarter with 6:08 to go. It's Goodland inbounded in up 19. They get it up top here to Haley Bierman. Now left side to Libby Kier in the paint. Here's Mitchek, and her jumper a little strong. Good defense that time by Lewis on her as Piper Fox reels in her first board of the night. It's 5:58 to go. Scott City up down 19, with the ball. Now the reach and foul. That's on Mitchek. And that'll be her fourth foul in the first in the quarter. An interesting call there on her. And 5:53 to go. So in will be Haley Blocklinger with 5:53 to go in the game. Scott City down 19, 42-23. Lewis will trigger it up high to Kendall Gentry, who calls out the offensive set. Goodland in a 2-3 zone. We haven't seen much from them over the last few years. It's been mainly man-to-man or 1-3-1. Here's Felker up top, swings it left to Kendall Gentry, drives in, gets it stripped, and puts up a tough shot, and bakes it home through traffic. Her first basket of the night, 42-25 with 5.5 to go. Good effort by Gentry that time. Goes right with it. Does Goodland Bierman in the paint. Nice up and under move by Linton. Goes up over Fox, blocked. Rebound in the hands of Libby Kier. Crashes the board. Another shot on the way, and that is no good for Bierman in the rebound to Scott City's Felker. Then to Kendall Gentry here with 5:15 to go. Here's Mackenzie Metzger trying to drive right side. Now to Avery Lewis. Back to Metzger. Skips it over left side to Gentry. Somehow gets it there. Now Metzger with it with 5 minutes to go. Looks to put on the floor, almost walked with it. Steps back, skips it left, and almost too high for Gentry, but into Piper Fox. Up top to Metzger. Bounce pass. Here's Felker right baseline, looking to drive in, splits the defenders. Goes up, can't get it. Got her own rebound and goes up, and she's fouled. And that'll be 2 free throws for Felker coming up as she shows a little frustration not getting the foul the first time around. That'll be Goodland's second foul of the fourth quarter and the first on Haley Blocklinger. Good persistence by Felker that time, tracking down her own rebound on the back side of the rim. With 4:48 to go. Felker free throw. Man, that just summarizes the night. That one goes in and out. Just 2 points for Zally Cure in for Haley Bierman. Jason Herenik in for Hope Bierman. Be one you learn a lot from. And second free throw, and that one's nothing but net. Felker with 3. She's now 11 of 21 at the line. 42-26 with 4:44 to go, and a pushing foul on the Lady Beavers. That'll be their third of the fourth quarter. Avery Lewis with her second. 4:43 in this one. 42-26. Goodland with a 16-point lead in the ball. We've been played pretty even Steven in this second half. And catching it, and there might be a push that Scott City got away with, but here's Erica Felker racing it back the other way. She wants to pass it through traffic and throws it away. Turnover number 19, and then a foul to add insult to injury there. Mackenzie Metzger's second foul, already the fourth on Scott City in this quarter. Here with 4.5 to go in this one. Scott City down 16. They have not gotten any closer than 16 after Goodland made their 20-2 run. A whistle, and Bill Bierman wants time. It's just a 30. We'll keep it right here with 4:22 to go. Lady Beavers down 16. Basketball presented by Scott Community Foundation, also Scott City Pharmacy Giftologist. Also Scott City Ice Center, Road and Bean Green Agency, Richards Financial Services, Our Brothers Auto Body Mechanic, Precision Ag and Seed. 42-26 is your score here. Here in the fourth quarter with about 4:22 remaining. Boys game to follow. 6-0 Scott City, 5-0 Goodland. Goodland would win by 8 and 4 points a year ago against the Beaver boys. Scott City trying to remain unbeaten here. Their brutal schedule with out of the break Hugoton and Holcomb before the Sterling tournament. This tough stretch started with Colby on Friday night. They passed that test. Out of the timeout, ball loose, and Kendall Gentry comes down on the court and ties up Jason Herenick. With 4:10 to go, still be Cowgirl ball in the possession arrow. Herenick to trigger it in. The sideline. And gets it into Allie Cure. Bounce pass, it goes to Linton. Right open, nice backdoor cut, and a layup spins in for Herenick, her first basket. 44-26 at the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Good offensive set that time by the Cowgirls. Left baseline with it is Cheyenne Kramer, then tried to bounce pass it in, but knocks it off of Libby Cure as Megan Trout will enter with 3:50 to go. 44-26. So Scott City still unable to get under that 14 or 16-point deficit here. 3:50 to go in this one as Katie Felker is in, and the ball will be tracked down and it'll be ripped away by Goodland and then poked away by Scott City, and that'll be another Beaver turnover. Their 20th of the night. With 3:46 to go as Avery Lewis enters, and exiting will be Kaylee Felker. (44-26). Nice backdoor inbounds pass. Shot too strong, but the rebound follow-up no for Libby Cure. Still loose, and bodies hit the deck there and in the hands of Scott City. And a whistle and a foul. That'll send, or just the 13th foul in Goodland this fourth quarter, as things have kind of been rough here for both sides in this second half. That foul will be on Libby Cure, and she'll exit here with 3:34 to go with 1 point tonight. And that was Goodland's third foul of the fourth quarter. Inbound up top. Here's Gentry. The bounce pass to Mackenzie Metzger. Now to Cheyenne Kramer. Back up top to Metzger. Crosses over. Dribble out high to Kendall Gentry. Back to Metzger. She'll drive right side. Wild dribble. Now needs help, but she is triple team. Tried to wrap it around, and that was last touch by Goodland. Trying to get it backside to Avery Lewis. Erica Felker back in. She'll replace Metzger. With 3:16 to go in this one. Lady Beavers down 18, 44-26. Have yet to hit a three tonight. Erica Felker will get it into Trout. Nice cut to the basket. Puts it up through contact. No, got her own rebound, and she scores it for her 15th point. She has her 7th board unofficially, and it's 44-28 with 3:06 to go. Goodland with the ball, up 16 again. Now driving left baseline. Pull-up jumper too strong for Martin, but Goodland with another opportunity, another offensive board. Locklinger with a dozen rebounds tonight unofficially for Goodland. Now Jaxie Mitchett guarded by Avery Lewis. Scott City's been better on her after the first quarter. She only has 10 points after that 11-point first quarter. 2:40 to go. Goodland with the ball out high up top to Hope Bierman. She's trying to work around Felker. Extends the forearm, backdoor feed, and a nice play, and a layup is good. Marie Martin with her 5th point, 46-28 with 2:28 to go. So Goodland executed that backdoor feed to perfection. Here's a three for Erica Felker. That one, man, rims in and out. Goodland with the rebound, but they step out of bounds. Scott City with a crack at it here as Piper Fox to enter the lineup again. Felker's had so many shots go in and out all night. Hope Bierman checks out. Here with 2:17 to go, it's 46-28 Goodland. Erica Felker to inbound it. Will throw it up top to Kendall Gentry. Drives to her right side. Her runner is blocked, but she draws the blocking foul on Marie Martin, just her second. And Goodland's final foul to give of the fourth quarter. And Kendall Gentry, who has 2 fourth-quarter points, just 4 of 14 from the line, looking to improve on that. Scott City is 6 of 12 at the line tonight. First free throw for Kendall, too strong. She'll get another one. 46-28, Cowgirl lead, 2:14 to go. They have won 6 in a row and on their way to winning 7 in a row in the series. Gentry hits that one, and Scott City remains 50% at the line and make it a 17-point game with 2:12 to go. 46-29, bounce pass left side to Allie Cure, and it goes to Midcheck. Faces Avery Lewis, looking to drive in on her, then kicks it back up to Marie Martin. Martin holds it, bounces it to Midcheck, guarded by Avery Lewis, off a screen. Right side, here's Haley Bierman, her floater in the paint. Crawls off. Rebound, Megan Trout for Scott City. She's getting closer to a double-double here as we're down to a minute 48 to go. She's really stepped up her game. Piper Fox, nice strong move. Puts up a tough shot. Is stuffed that time as Goodland holds her ground, and the rebound into the hands of Marie Martin. Good idea that time by Fox as we're down to a minute 30 to go in this one. 46-29, Goodland lead with the ball out high. Allie Cure right side. It goes over to Haley Bierman. Scott City's been unable to get any points in succession tonight, and that basket is good for Blacklinger and makes it 48-29 with 1:20 to go. And a 30-second timeout for Goodland as they now lead it by 48-29 margin. Blacklinger with a double-double, 10 points and 12 rebounds unofficially tonight. The Cowgirls will go to 5-1, and they'll have Cimarron, Hoxie, and Hugoton before they begin orange and black play in middle of January. They'll have all 3 of those games here at home. They've only left the city limits of Goodland just one time here in their first 6 games. They'll hit the road 4 out of 5 games in the month of February. They'll be the only time they'll leave Mountain Time Zone in January is when they go to the orange and black. Scott City, well, it's hard to believe. We were talking about this yesterday. I was with Coach Felker and some others in the high school office there. I believe Mr. Byer, the principal. Scott City only has 4 home games left this year. In January and February, they have 2 in January and 2 in February. They're having a home-heavy schedule in the month of December. Minutes in to go. Here's Kendall Gentry driving in. Her runner too strong. Rebound, Trout, and a whistle and a blocking foul. That was a very, very late call. That was right as Trout was grabbing the rebound, and that'll be Hope Bierman's second foul, the 5th team foul of the fourth quarter. Right call, probably, but it felt like it was kind of a college-like call where they wait to see what happens with the ball. Gentry back to the line, and she misses that free throw off to left, and now is 1 of 3 at the line. Has 3 points all in this fourth quarter. 48-29 with 66 seconds remaining in this one. And she swishes home the second. 48-30. Goodland with the ball. They'll go to 5-1 on the year. Scott City 4-3. We'll have Hugoton, who just lost tonight to Liberal on the road by 37. Felker, she's going to foul hard there. That'll be her 4th foul. That'll send Goodland back to the line with 52.7, as that was the final foul till the penalty, or that was the 5th foul of the quarter on Scott City. So Felker, who hopes to never wear number 40 again, commits the 4th foul, and the free throw is good for Allie Cure, who hits her 4th point, her first since the first quarter, and it's 49-30 with 52 seconds to go. And Coach Bill Bierman will go a little deeper to the bench. It'll be second free throw too strong. The rebound. There's 2 number 13s on the, or no, correction, that's 33. I was going to say, it looked like there was 2 number 13s on the floor, and it'll be Goodland basketball. And Sarah Nemechek in for the first time. So in is Jalen Quain, I believe that is. Also Jason Gable. 45 seconds to go. 49-30 is your score. And here's Kendall Gentry with a steal on a pass. Gentry to take this one all the way. Stops. Bank shot. Good. She has 6 in the quarter. And it's 49-32 with 35 seconds to go. And a nice steal and a layup that time for Gentry for her 6-point all in this fourth quarter. Bounce pass up top, 25 seconds to go with it for Goodland is Gable. She'll kick it left side, and the runner left side too strong for Allie Cure, and the rebound here's Piper Fox. Her second board of the game. And now to Erica Felker, 15 seconds to Megan Trout. Her layup, no, but she's get 2 free throws. That foul will be charged to Sarah Nemechek, the 5'7" sophomore first. So Trout will be back to the line where she has 15 points tonight. 13 seconds left in this one. Free throw crawls off for Trout. She'll get another one. And Scott City has been pretty much 50-50 at the line tonight. So you got to like the odds after she missed the first. She'll hit the second. And she does. Her 16th of the night. That is actually a new career high for Trout. 49-33 with 10 seconds to go. Goodland with the ball. Second team in there. 2 seconds, 1 second. Here's a layup. No good. 9/10 of a second, and Trout will exit with 16 points with 9/10 of a second left. Free throw crawls off. It's too bad Scott City can't accept that for Michaelin Spresser. Excuse me. That's her first trip to the line this year. Goodland is ranked to number 8 in 3A. They dropped after their loss, and Cheyenne Kramer will exit with 9/10 of a second to go. It's a 49-33 game, and it stayed 50-33, excuse me. So Goodland is going to end up winning this second half by at least 1. As Spresser has her first varsity point this year, and it was the second one short. Rebound Erica Felker, and that's it. Tough one for Scott City as they have dropped 2 in a row here as they fall to 4-3 on the year. Goodland is 5-1. 50-33. Cowgirls win it here tonight over Scott City. Post-game coverage on the way here in 3 minutes. This is Scott City basketball.
Sports have this amazing way of making a positive impact in our community. Whether it's helping children, boosting local economies, or creating role models. That's our goal at American Implement, too. We believe in being a part of the communities we serve by just being a good neighbor. Thanks for being ours.
BBN is brought to you by American Implement, All-in-One Wash, B&H Paving, Fairley Company, Faroe Heating and Cooling, First National Bank, Great Western Tire, Harris Chiropractic,
First National Bank of Scott City. One of the few places left that you could call today and speak with a person and be greeted at the door with a friendly face. Come see us at First National Bank, where you will feel at home. Let us help you with your banking needs, whether it be setting up a checking account, savings account, CD, or getting a loan for that new vehicle or home you have been dreaming about. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
For those indoor painting projects. Christmas, be sure to stop by and check out Display 4 and More at Scott County Lumber, helping you get it done with excellence. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Scott County Lumber.
Welcome to the Scott City Ace Hardware Postgame Show. Scott City Ace Hardware, located on South Main Street in Scott City. They invite you to come by and take a look around.
Lady Beavers dropped back-to-back games for the first time this year. They'll be 4-3 on the year, 35% of the way through the season. Falling here tonight to the Goodland Cowgirls by a count of 50-33. Never led in this game. Really, the story of this game was that late first, early second, where Goodland went on a 20-2 run in about a 7-minute stretch of the first half. And Scott City all of a sudden went from being down by 2 to being down by 20 in a 7-minute stretch. And it was partly cold shooting and a lot of turnovers tonight for Scott City, and they just cannot overcome that. They played it pretty even in the second half, but ended up losing the second half by 1. It was a final tonight here of 50-33 as Scott City drops to 4-3 on the year. They dropped their 7th in a row against the Goodland Cowgirls. Final numbers in this one tonight. Leading the way for Scott City was Megan Trout. She had a new career high with 16 points. She would foul out with 9/10 of a second to go, but she ended up with 16 points here tonight. Also for Scott City, 8 for Avery Lewis. She had all of those in the first quarter. And also 6 for Kendall Gentry, all in the fourth quarter. And Erica Felker with 3 points. She also had 3 last Tuesday at Cimarron. So Tuesdays are just not the night, I guess, for Erica. Unfortunately, she really had just a tough game here tonight shooting. And Scott City, tough sledding. They ended up with 20 turnovers. Had 26 rebounds, 21 on the defensive side. That a total of 3, 7, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 19 fouls in this one here. For the Goodland Cowgirls, who are now 5-1 on the year, ranked number 8 in Class 3A. They were led here tonight by Jaxie Midcheck. She averages 19 a game. She had 21 a game high, and she continues her hot start to the season. Haley Blocklinger with 10 points and 12 rebounds unofficially. Also tonight, you had 7 for Marie, make that 5 for Marie Martin off the bench. Also, Haley Bierman added 5. 2 for Jason Herenik there in the fourth quarter. 1 each for Libby Kier and Lauren Linton. And that was your scoring tonight. Also, Michaelin Spencer had 1 point as well for the Goodland Cowgirls. They ended up 7 of 16 at the line tonight, and they had a total of 2, 7, 8, 9, 13, 15, 17, 19, 20 fouls tonight. They only had 7, make that 8 turnovers here tonight. They did have a total of 8 steals and 10, 15, 20, 25 defensive rebounds, 16 offensive boards, 41 rebounds. They doubled up Scott City pretty much on the glass at 41-21. We'll come back in 1 minute and begin your boys pregame with head coach Brian Gentry. We'll come back once again in 1 minute. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
We believe investing in our community is how we make a lasting impact. It's about more than just providing wireless services. We believe in rolling up our sleeves and working side by side with local organizations. Whether you're sharing cherished moments, staying updated on trends, or exploring your surroundings, we're there to keep you connected. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Welcome back to the Max Jones Fieldhouse in Goodland. Adam Kadavy with you here on Mix 94.5. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. Brian Gentry joining here pregame. Coach, thanks for joining me here this evening. A big win for you guys on Friday night against Colby at home, 46-29, and never trailed the game, although you were tied early on at 2, but really were able to kind of hold them at bay there, and it really started with your defense in that 17 or 16-point win.
Yeah, our defense was pretty solid. A couple possessions that, maybe had a couple of mistakes in it, but outside of that, I mean, we challenged them pretty much everywhere they were at, made it hard for them to get into their offense. And then our offense, kind of fed off of that, and it wasn't a very high-scoring game, but I thought we were smarter with shot selection. I don't think we were forcing anything or in too big of a hurry. We were just patient and waited for our shots to open up. So it all starts with defense, and it won't be any different tonight.
Did have some big moments there, and I thought it's a bounce-back game on the offensive end for Eloy Ruelas, who went scoreless on Tuesday at Cimarron, and then he comes back with an 18-point performance, career best for him, and just be able to have some of those guards that really start to score, take the pressure off of Jackson and Sage here as of late.
It's fun to watch, when our guards play the right way. And Eloy did a fantastic job of that Friday night. He really controlled our offense. He got us into our stuff. And then when Jackson goes out in the third quarter, Eloy kind of took over. Got downhill, got into the paint, got on 2 feet, so he was balanced. He faked a lot and got people up and out of his way. And it made it easier for him to finish. And we just have to have our guards do more of that, because many of them can. We just don't see it on a consistent basis. So, hopefully that kind of, leads to, the trickle-down effect where, we see more of it with Alex and Dylan and Brooks and, Camden and on down the line. We've got to have more play like that, and we've got to have it with more players.
Once again, it is Coach Brian Gentry here pregame tonight. Scott City takes on Goodland. What a game this is going to be shaped up to be tonight. Both teams come in undefeated, and for both teams to be at this juncture here this late in the year, or this early in the season, I should say, 6-7 games in, it's pretty cool. They had a big win over Holcomb on Friday night, pulled away there in that fourth quarter, and you take a look at Goodland. This is a pretty deep team.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're long. They rebound. They shoot it from 1 through 5 spots, and they play pretty freely. They've got a good little flow on offense, and if you're not, in the right positions, they're going to back cut you. If you help too much, they're going to come off the screens and shoot threes. And then, long shots or long rebounds. So we're going to, we have our work cut out for us to rebound the ball tonight. We've got to be getting bodies, on guys and kind of eliminating some of the second and third chance opportunities because, you look out there on the floor and it's, a bunch of 6'5" and bigger guys, it makes it tough. So we've just got to be really sound defensively. We've got to rebound the first shot. And then on offense, more of the same, from last week. We've got to be patient. We don't need to force. We don't need to be in a hurry to give them the ball back. Just play smart, take good shots. And like you said, this is a great game. We find out, where we're kind of at. So do they. A lot of excitement built up around the game. And it's early enough to where, you win or lose, you're going to be able to take this as a learning experience and get your team better in the end.
Should be a fun one here as Scott City gets their final game here before the break as they take on the Goodland Cowboys. Coach Brian Gentry here in the pregame. And, Coach, thanks again for the time here, and good luck to you guys.
Thanks, Adam.
That was.
And once again, those are the comments from head coach Brian Gentry as we get Coach Amy Felker here as we'll keep it here. Coach, just a tough loss there. You guys were in there for a while, and then there was about a 7-minute stretch where they went on that 20-2 run, and that was just too much to overcome tonight.
When they're a good team like that, we got to make sure we're back on transition, and they were really pounding it on the inside, and we couldn't get a shot to fall, and, we just got to make sure we're attacking the inside too to try to get ourselves to the free throw line.
They're a team that, that did beat you guys a lot in transitions. Felt like, especially in that second quarter, was that a little bit of a shock to you guys after you guys had a made basket?
We knew they were going to do that. We just weren't getting back. We weren't getting the ball stopped. We were just letting them drive right by us. We just got to be more focused and really want and play with a lot more heart out there.
I thought one that really had a big game for you guys was Megan Trout. She ended up, I think, with a career-high 16 points. She battled all night, and she ended up fouling. It took to the final second of the game for her to foul out, but what a night for her once again as she just continues to blossom.
You know, we've really been talking to her since she got hit that one game. Her physicality-ness, you know, just kind of went down, and she was kind of backing off and a little timid. And we kept telling her, I'm like, you're going to go out there and you're going to get lots of rebounds. You know, we never talked about the points or that kind of stuff, but when she battles for the boards, she battles to the basket to try to get some scores. You know, she's just starting to understand the game and understand where she's needed and how to get to the basket. You know, I'm super proud of her effort tonight.
Absolutely, and you know, you guys had to like your looks throughout from beyond the perimeter tonight. I thought you had a lot of good looks that, for whatever reason, just kind of went halfway in and out. It was like that felt like the rim would get smaller at times and then be bigger at times.
You know, down there you could hear the rim just kind of ting. It was like it would hit, and you hear it, and then it just pops out. You know, it's just, you know, home court advantage. They know how those rims just kind of bounce just that little bit. So if you're not perfect, you know, if it doesn't exactly go through the net, it's going to ping out. So, you know, we just got to do a better job of, you know, when our shots aren't falling, we've got to get to the basket and get some easy shots to get those confidence going.
Well, it was one of those in the first half. You were down 16 and ended up being a 17-point game. So you gotta like how your team never gave up and how they fought in the second half, even though they lost the second half by 1.
You know, we played a lot better the second half. Our defense was better. We rotated a little better. We were rebounding a lot better. Offensively, we started to attack more. We started to get the ball to the inside. You know, we started doing things that we were trying to get them to do in the first half. It just wasn't happening in the first half. So, you know, we played 32 minutes against this team at home. It's a totally different ball game. You know, we're going to be more focused. We're going to have a heart-to-heart talk to ourselves over break, and, you know, we're going to come back and we're going to learn from these 2 losses and not let that dictate how our season's going to go. We're going to bounce back, and we're going to be ready to go.
Well, Coach, thank you for the time again. I know it's a tough one here, but I guess have a good Christmas, and we'll see you in 24.
All right, sounds good. Have a Merry Christmas.
All right, too. Once again, Coach Amy Felker here in the post-game for the girls who wrap that up. We'll come back in 2 minutes and get ready for this boys matchup with Scott City and Goodland. Once again, in 2 minutes, we'll return here. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Go with the proven winner. I'm Michael Trout from State Farm in Scott City. When it comes to auto insurance, we score big with our policyholders. We score on competitive rates, on customer service, and on satisfaction and speedy claim handling. Let us quote your autos today and make you a part of the Trout State Farm team. Call or stop by Michael Trout State Farm and you can be assured of our personal best. Go with the winner, Michael Trout State Farm, Scott City.
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
Game before the Christmas break, Scott City off to their hottest start in 9 years as they are now 6-0 on the year, trying to make it a 7-0 as they are in the middle of this really rough 4-game stretch with Colby. The first test passed on Friday night, 46-29, and the defensive effort was a good one for the Beavers in that win. And tonight they get a good one here with Goodland, and then a very good Hugo team right out of the Christmas break on the 5th of January, and then the following Friday at Holcomb. Another really good team in the Holcomb Longhorns. This Great West Activity Conference this year is not for the meek. That's what I'll say about it here. Is Scott City with the gauntlet is scheduled here in late December, January, and February here. You had Lakin and Hayes in there as well, Ulysses, Hugoton again, and of course the Sterling Invitational Tournament. But in front of him here tonight, the Goodland Cowboys, who come in with a 5-0 record. For Scott City, it was a big performance for Eloy Ruelis on Friday night as he had a career-high 18 points. He averages 8 a game. Jackson Rumford had his 12 points. He averages 17 a game. And Sedge Steckline was at 8 points. So he averages 13 a game. He's been a big improvement for Scott City this year, and this is the team that loves to move the ball around really well, and a team that averages around 15 assists per game, which has been impressive. And you've heard Coach say it hundreds of thousands of times. Probably not that many times. I'll get in trouble for saying big numbers like that. But it's one of those where they just feel like Coach Gentry said it a lot, but it feels like this team has just been unselfish with the ball all season long. And tonight I don't think will be any different here tonight here in the Max Jones Fieldhouse, taking on a pretty good Cowboy squad. The Beavers 60% at the line. They get high percentage shots throughout, and that's been a big catalyst for their run here this year. On the other side, Goodland, they have dominated their opponents, and this is going to be a very deep Goodland team as they average 65 points per ball game here so far this year. And they have at 62, 75, 73, 54, and 60 in their wins this year. And they are led this year by Brady Brumbaugh, the 6'5 junior. He's a pretty good guard that loves to hit those threes. He's already hit 16 threes a game. That's averaging 3 per contest, and he averages 17.6 a game. And then you have the senior 5'8 Manny Gonzalez, who averages at around 11 a game. This is a team that'll go 8, 9, maybe 10 deep in their bench, and they don't drop off very much when they go to the bench as well. This is a good Cowboy team that averages, or that is at 41% at three-pointers this year. They've hit 46. That's a little over 9 threes per ball game over the first 5 games plus coming in here to tonight. Also 63%, and they do rebound it pretty well at 27 rebounds per game. And the team that made it to the sub-state finals a year ago, losing to Colby in a 14-9 record, their best record since 2017-2018, Mikey Dull's first season. As we will have your starters right now. Those are here on KSKL Scott City right at the top of the hour. Your starting lineups presented by Security State Bank with free bill pay and online banking, safe, secure, and easy to use. Member FDIC. As we'll get to your starters tonight, we believe here to be first started here for the Scott City Beavers. Brian Gentry in his 7th season, 78-79 record, assisted by Joey Meyer, Drew Kite. Going to be Dylan Duff, the 5'10 senior, 2 points and 2.7 boards a game. Eloy Ruelis, a 5'10 junior at 8.2 points and 3.2 boards. We'll actually come back in about 90 seconds. We'll have the starting lineups again. Back in 90 seconds, this is Beaver basketball.
The dedicated team at Norder Supply is passionate about assisting our customers in achieving maximum net return per acre. That is how we define our success. Through unparalleled agronomic advice and best-in-class customer service, you can depend on us to do what is best for your operation. Ask them today about their spot-on service and how it can fill your needs. Norder Supply. Plain talk, exceptional results.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
Line, the 6'6 senior, 13 points, 5.2 boards a game. Alex Trango, the 5'10 junior, at 8.7 points, 2.7 rebounds a game. And the 6'5 junior, Jackson Rumford, at 17 points, 7.5 boards a game. Dylan Duff, Eloy Ruella, Sage Steckline, Alex Trango, and Jackson Rumford, the starting five tonight for the Scott City Beavers. For the Goodland Cowboys, Mike Dahl is the Goodland Cowboy alum in his 7th season, has turned this program around yet once again. They were 14-9 a year ago, and they're 5-0 on the year. And he is assisted, brand new assistants this year. Chase Topliff comes back onto the staff, and also Eric Connor, a first-year assistant for the Goodland Cowboys. The Clyde County Community College Thunderbird baseball signee will start. Cole Linton, a 6'1 senior. He averages 6 points and 3.4 rebounds a game. It'll be Manny Gonzalez. Manny Gonzalez, the 5'8 senior. He averages 11.8 points and nearly 2 rebounds a game. And Lincoln Keir, the 6'6 junior, he is averaging 7 points and 7.3 boards a game. Noah Chenette, a 6'3 senior, he averages 8 points and nearly 3 rebounds a game. And Brady Brumbaugh rounding out the starting five for the Goodland Cowboys, the 6'5 junior, at 17.6 points and 4.8 boards a game. Cole Linton, Manny Gonzalez, Lincoln Keir, Noah Chenette, as well as Noah Chenette and Brady Brumbaugh. Those are your starters tonight. Here, once again, presented by Security State Bank. Keys to the game, presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout. We go the proven winner when it comes to insurance. They score big with their policyholders. Keys tonight for Scott City. It has to start with working the ball through the post. Second key is going to be the undersized player tonight for the first time all year. And I think you're going to have to kind of work on your runouts. So those are going to be some big keys here tonight, presented by State Farm agent Michael Trott. The Beavers in the road light blue uniforms with the white numbers and letters, dark blue trim. Goodland in their home white tops. They have the gold numbers and letters with the black trim around those, as it'll be Lincoln Keir and Jackson Rumford to tip, and Scott City wins the tap, and we're underway here in the Max. Boys game of our doubleheader. Scott City trying to average a split here tonight. Jackson Rumford with it up top, goes left as Goodland starts off at a man-to-man off the screen. Here's Eloy Ruella, straightaway triple, misses everything. Rumford saves into play, but right into the hands of Brady Brumbaugh. So Scott City goes 0 for 1 on their opening trip in transition. Here's Manny Gonzalez up top to Brumbaugh with 7:35 to go here in the opening quarter. Goodland's first possession, the Beavers in a man-to-man. They love playing man-to-man. Up top with it is Linton. Now they Keir at the foul line, driving right on Steckline, up and under move. Puts it up and can't get it to go, and Steckline holds his ground there and collects the board. So both teams empty-handed on the first trips down the floor. 7:15 to work first period right side. He goes to Duff, lobs it into Rumford toward the right block, faces up on Brumbaugh, looking to back his way in and flips it up, fade away. No, rebound backside to Manny Gonzalez, and a whistle and a foul on Alex Tarango, who has 7:04 to go first quarter. That's his first, and the ball game's first foul. So Scott City starting off 0 of 2 to begin this ball game. First minute, no score. Both teams empty trips so far. Goodland just their second trip. Gonzalez kicks it left side to Chenette. He travels with it, and that was going to say that was a delayed call there, but the right one, the first Cowboy turnover. And so both teams 2 empty possessions here to start this game with 6:54 here in the first. No score in the front court. With it as Jackson Rumford goes left and almost double dribbled there. Almost looked like he pinned the ball on his hip. Triangle back to Rumford. Wrap around behind him to Sage Steckline in the right corner. Launches a triple and buries it in the right corner. Steckline is fourth three of the year. Scott City with a 3-0 lead as we're 90 seconds into this ball game here in Goodland. Left side to Noah Chanette. Up top to Lincoln Kier, now guarded by Rumford. Hands it behind him to Brumball, guarded by Tarango. He'll have that assignment for most of the night. Chanette now back to Cole Linton, guarded by Duff, and now back up top it goes to Manny Gonzalez. Gonzalez, crossover dribble goes right on Ruelas, kicks it behind him to Brumball for an answer back three. Good. That's one you don't want to get hot if you're Scott City. Brumball ties it up at 3 with 6:07 to go first quarter. And now Steckline back the other way. Throws it back up top to Duff. Right baseline to Jackson Rumford. Rumford the dribbling out high to Duff. And Scott City with 5 outlook right now. Here's Eloy Ruelas, paw fake around, trying to get around Chanette. Now we'll drive in on him. He'll take it all the way backside, trying to get it to Sage Steckline and deflected. And turnover number 1 is now numbers. And here's Rumbaugh in transition, lobs it up, and alley-oop throw down two-hand jam for Lincoln Kier on the alley-oop, and it's 5-3 Goodland with 5:36 to go here in the opening quarter. Goodland with their first lead of the night on a 5-0 run. Duff with a nice cut. Here's Rumford. Pump fakes. Goes up. He scores it. Kisses it off the glass on the left side. We're tied at 5 with 5:23 to go first quarter. Good start for both teams here after going empty-handed on their first 2 trips. Kier back up top and go to Cole Linton. Back to Kier left, or to Linton, correction, Brumball the left wing 3-0, and Rumford with the ball for Scott City. We're tied at 5 here as we're at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Duff with it. Wanted to go high-low off the screen. Here's Tarango up top. Go right side to Eloy Ruelas. Ruelas, little stop, foul line jumper, leaves it short that time. Had a good look. Chanette with the board, and Goodland with the ball tied at 5. 4:50 to go first quarter. Ruelas 0 for 2 here. Pickpocket and a steal by Alex Tarango with 2-on-1 numbers. Stops. Here's the Sage Steckline. His layup, no, but a foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul will be on Lincoln Kier, his first off the second Cowboy turnover. And Goodland's first foul comes with 4:41 to go first quarter. Steckline at the line where he's 11 of 24 on the air. Had the game's opening 3 points for Scott City, trying to break a 5-all tie, and that one will rattle around and drop home. Second lead change here in the first 3.5 minutes. 6-5, 4:41 to go first quarter. Braylon Mole, Zach Thorson in for Goodland. And also the 6'3", 6'5" junior Lennon. His Steckline hits them both. And it's now 7-5 with Scott City with the last 4 of the ball game, and Steckline with 5 of them. 4.5 to go first quarter. Of course, 10 days ago, he had his career high 23 points. Lennon with it goes right side. Here's Manny Gonzalez. Now driving in, his scoop shot for left, no, rebound, loose, picked up though by Braylon Mole, who'll score it off a deflection, and we're tied at 7. As down to 4:13 to go, 43 ties here. As we're near the midway mark of this opening frame. Bounce pass to Ruelas right side, turns down the 3. Trying to go around Zach Thorson, who's in there, the 6-foot junior. Rumford will try a guarded 3 and bury it. He has 3 threes in his last 2 games, and his 4th of the year, and has his 5th point, 10-7 Beavers at the 3:50 mark of the first quarter. Scott City with 2 triples already in the period. Driving in a nice strong move, blocked by the late whistle and a hack. Called on Scott City as Brumball will head to the line where he's 75% on the year. That'll be on Sage Steckline, his first, 2nd team foul. And Brumball on the line for 2. So they say the official says it got a little bit of the arm there. 2 Beavers to check in after Brumball gets the first one to roll in, makes it 10-8. And Kaysen Cedarstrom in for Goodland, replacing Manny Gonzalez. In for Scott City, Avery Knoll, who came in his season debut with 5 points and a couple boards on Friday night. Also Brooks Bailey in for the first time, 5'10" junior. And Brumball, who's been automatic at the line, hits them both, makes it a 1-point score here. With 3:45 in the first as they apply a little full court pressure. Bailey passes the front court to Sage Steckline, who holds it. Up top to Jackson Rumford, now to Eloy Ruelas in the middle, the tip-off circle and the G logo on the court. Goes around a screen right now with it is Ruelas up top to Rumford. Looking for a backdoor cut, can't find it. Now finds Avery Knoll toward the left corner. Trying to go around the screen, and a whistle holding foul. That'll be on Cedarstrom, his first. Goodland's 2nd foul of the quarter with 3:24 to go, first period to play. Beavers to trigger it in underneath their own basket with the senior Avery Knoll. To Jackson Rumford up top to Brooks Bailey. Looking for Cutter. Goes left with the pass to Jackson Rumford. And he goes, Knoll has great position. Power dribble, pump face goes up, and he is fouled hard. He'll get 2 free throws. And that'll be on Thorson, I believe, will be committing the personal. And it is his first, team's third. Knoll to the line where he was 1 of 3 on Friday night, and he knocks that one down to make it 11-9 Scott City. 3:16 to go. Great to have Knoll back in the lineup. After come back from a football injury he suffered here in this, or to the west of the Max Jones Fieldhouse at Cowboy Stadium. He sinks them both. Back to a 3-point game for Scott City. A little outside of 3 minutes to go first quarter, 12-9. Brumbaugh with it up top, goes left with the pass. And that's to Zach Thorson. Now to Lennon. He'll drive in on Steckline, backs in. Scott City wanted an offensive foul. 3 for the tie. No, and then through the hands and ripped away by Knoll. It was rebounded initially by Goodland, and Scott City has it. Knoll loses it. Then tries to save it to play, but can't, and that'll be Scott City's second turnover. Got a little too excited there, did the Beavers, but good effort nonetheless. As Manny Gonzalez back in for Goodland. Out are a couple of players. Brady Brumbaugh and Thorson. Another one checked in for Goodland. Not see who that was, but nonetheless, it's Cowboy ball. It's Linton back in. 2:40 to go first quarter with the left wing as Brendan Mole looking to feed it in. Good help defense by Scott City to man-to-man with it now is Manny Gonzalez. Gonzalez, Scott City in the zone. 12-9 Beaver lead. Goodland with the ball. Driving in, here's Mole. Kicks it over right side to Linton. Back up top to Mole, working around the horn. Here's a 3 for the tie. No. Rebound follow. No for Linton. Going to get a foul on Avery Knoll on a push. That'll be his first and Scott City's third foul of the quarter. And 2 free throws coming up here. 2 free throws coming up for Blair Lennon, his second trip to the line this year where he's 1 out of 2. Goodland 2 of 2 in this quarter with 2:20 to go. Both teams with 3 first quarter fouls. Free throw on the way, banked in, so the bank is open 6 days before Christmas with extra hours, 12-10. Noah Chanette in replacing Braylon Mole here with 2:20 to go in the first. Everybody's hit their free throws so far. Goodland a 3 of 3 at the line. Scott City is 2 of 3. Second free throw also good. And it's a 1-point game at 12-11. They apply a little full court pressure off the inbounds, but it's going to be kept, or then backing off after Scott City inbounds. And here's Knoll going to take it to the rack, lose it momentarily, but picks it back up. Back up top, they get it to Eloy Ruelas. 2 minutes to go first quarter. 1-point Scott City leading the ball. Brooks Bailey now to Jackson Rumford, guarded by Lennon. One dribble now to Avery Knoll. Knoll holds it. Tight defense, help defense into Steckline. Right corner to Eloy Ruelas. Here's a right corner 3. Yes! He's got it. His 8th 3 of the year, and Scott City with their largest lead, 15-11. Their third trip of the quarter with 1:45 remaining in this first frame. Coy Vance to check in next. Dead ball for Scott City, but Blair Lennon with the ball for Goodland, guarded by Rumford. Drives in, almost pushed off. Back up top now to Manny Gonzalez. He'll try a deep 3. That is good. Goodland's second 3, and Gonzalez with his 13th of the year, 15-14 with 1:27 to go here in the first. So Goodland answers back with a big 3 to pull to within 1 again. Ruelas with it, trying to take it across the 10-second line, does so with the pass to Sage Steckline, then back to Ruelas. Turns down the deep 3, guarded by Gonzalez. The 2 shortest players on the floor guarding each other. Now Steckline with the deep 2, the right baseline, too strong, and it's Manny Gonzalez with his second board, and Goodland looking to retake the lead. Final minute of this first quarter, Gonzalez at the foul line. Yes, he has the last 5, and Goodland back up 16-15 with 58 seconds to go first quarter. Our third lead change of the opening 8 minutes of play. Scott City with the ball down 1, right side to Avery Knoll after Scott City led by 4. It's a 5-0 Cowboy run. 40 seconds work. Rumford backing his way in. Spin move goes right to Steckline. Turns down the 3. Now sees an alley. Will drive right side. Wraparound pass cutting in is Bailey, who'll put it up for 2. Good job by Bailey cutting the basket after Steckline maybe got a little too far underneath. And with 30 seconds to go here in the first, it's 17-16. And lead change number 4. And Goodland's going to go for the final shot of the quarter with a possession arrow in their favor. 20 seconds here in the first, 17-16, and Scott City will pick him up man-to-man, but separation here. 14 to work. played for a few minutes here. Corey Vance wanting to get in, but he may not here. 8 seconds to go, first quarter. Now 7 with 6. Here's a screen for Gonzalez. Goes forward, loses the dribble, then kicks it, and that's going to go out of fence off his foot, and that'll be Scott City's ball. Their third turnover. Good defense by Scott City there. With 0.8 of a second, all Scott City needs to do is just inbound it. A Steck line will get a 1-minute break plus a 0.8 of a second. As Brumbaugh back in for Goodland, 0.8 of a second. Bailey will get it in. It's to Ruelas, who'll heave up a 3/4 court shot, and it splits the uprights there over the top of the backboard. 17-16 Beavers lead after one, and a good first quarter here in Goodland. We'll come back in a minute for the second period. This is Scott City basketball.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinics, skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in healthcare.
Both teams shooting the ball north of 50% in this first quarter. Scott City 6 of 10, Goodland 5 of 9. And it's a 1-point Scott City lead with Goodland's ball as Braylon Mole with it now to Noah Chenette. Scott City led 5 each from Sage Steckline and Jackson Rumford. Goodland with Manny Gonzalez and Rumball each with 5. That shot no. Rebound saved into play by Steckline and into the hands of the Beavers. Just the opening seconds of the second quarter, the Beavers with a 1-point lead. Here's Alex Trango, left wing to Brooks Bailey, who came in and scored a 2-point basket in the first. Corey Vance now with the ball as he's in. He waited at the end of the first quarter to check in. He couldn't. Now he's finally in there. As Rumford getting a brief breather. Wrap around and came to Vogelmore in for the first time, and Steckline's pass sails wide right of Vogelmore. His second game of the year as well. Scott City's third turnover of the half. Both teams with 3 turnovers. 17-16 Goodland ball. Opening 45 seconds of the second quarter. Return game, the last game of the regular season on the 20th of February in Scott City. That'll count toward the league standings. With it now driving in here, Chenette. Jump stop, hang, shoots. Can't get it to go, but he's got 2 free throws coming his way as he flashed strong to the basket there. First foul on Scott City this quarter. Their 4th of that half. And they're going to get that on Camden Vogelmore, his first. 2 free throws coming up for Chenette, who's 63% on the year at the line. Goodland tonight so far 4 of 4. And 4 of 5 as there remains a 1-point Scott City lead. So it's 17-16. Jackson Rumford in. He'll replace Brooks Bailey. Goodland Cowboy, I believe that's Zach Thorson to check in next dead ball. Or if... should say if Chenette hits this one. That free throw is good, and we're tied for the 4th time, and they did not get the sub in. Officials did not see that sub, and Chenette with the point. We're tied at 17 with 6:55 to go here in this first half. You look at Coach Dahl, he's a little perplexed on that one. The officials did not see Thorson sitting at the scores table to check in for Chenette. Up top, it's to Alex Tarango. He'll try to drive in. Now needs help to avoid a 5 count. Pivots to trying to get it to Camden Vogelmore loose, but picked up by Jackson Rumford, who saves the possession. 6.5 to go second quarter. We're tied, at 17. Rumford with it up top. He'll launch a deep 3 for the lead. That one, no. Rebound into the hands of Lincoln Cure for Goodland. Cure, the junior, with the rebound, and Goodland looking to go back on top. Here's Cure taking it all the way, knifes his way down Main Street with a finger roll layup to the right hand and the left side for his 4th point. And Goodland with the first 3 points of the quarter, leading 19-17 as we approach 6 minutes to go. First half, our 5th lead change of the half. Up top to Steckline. Looking for a cutter, hands it off to Alex Tarango out high. Tarango sees an alley. He'll take a strung to the rack, pump fake. Oh, he walked with it. And that'll be turnover number 4 on Scott City. Into the Goodland lineup, and Thorson will finally get his time into the game for Noah Chenette. As Goodland with their largest lead at 2. Matching that is Avery Nolan for Coy Vance. And also Camden Vogelmore exits. Back in as well as Eloy Ruelas for Scott City. 19-17 Cowboy leading the ball. We're a little over 2 minutes into the second quarter. Final game before the Christmas break for both teams. Top now with it is Brumball, and he goes deflection into Kier, who puts it up, misses a runner, and he'll wrestle away the board, misses that one, and Avery Knoll gets it this time for Scott City as Goodland misses a couple chances right from point blank. Knoll the second board of the night for the Beavers, who trail by 2, 5.5 to go first half. Knoll trying to get it into Rumford off the screen ball, deflected and a turnover. Scott City with back-to-back turnovers and 5 for the half. In transition, spin move. Brumball misses, but Kier with the follow the trailer, and it's a 5-0 Goodland run. They lead at 21-17 with 5:18 to go first half. And Kier with 3 boards and now 6 points. In this first half, he has 4. Now a steal. Here's Manny Gonzalez. He'll put it up the glass and score it and make it a 7-0 run, 23-17 with 5 minutes to go first half. So Scott City now with 4 turnovers in this quarter, 6 in the half, and Goodland is feasting on that with 7 points in this quarter. Now with it is Tarango right side to run for a 3 on the right. That one halfway in and out. Rims out, and here is Brady Brumball. Goodland looking to add to their 7-0 run. Leading 23-17, 4 minutes to go, or 4:40 to go first half. Kier misses it, gets on rebound, but he actually is going to be called for a push. That'll be his second and the team's first of the quarter. And after 3 for Rumford, rammed halfway in and out as Duff will be in to replace Alex Tarango. Case and Cedarstrom in for Goodland, and Blair Lennon in as Kier has to exit with 2 fouls. Also, Braylon Mole exits the lineup. 23-17, 4:38 to go first half. As Scott City down by 6 with the ball. It's not scored yet in this period. They have not scored in the last 4 minutes. Now right corner to Duff, up top to Rumford, into Steckline. Catches it, immediately triple team, goes to his left, pivots. Now will hang and shot his block, can't get his own rebound, and in the hands, it goes to Case and Cedarstrom. Scott City's second quarter's continuing to struggle. Here's an open 3 right side, no, for Thorson and the Steckline board for Scott City. So we're near the midway mark of this first half. Goodland on a 7-0 run. Scott City on a 4.5-minute drought. Here's a layup on Steckline, ends that drought with a 7th point, 23-19. Here with 3:55 to go first half, and a big basket for Scott City. He has a team high 7. With it is Brady Brumball looking to drive in on Steckline. Spin move, hang, shoots, bank shot, good. Nice move for Brumball. He has 7, and it's 25-19 with 3:43 to go first half. A 9-2 run here for the Cowboys in this second quarter as they match their largest lead. Goodland will send a trio of Cowboys to the scorers table, and with it is Steckline as he drives to his left, needs help. Uses up his dribble, finds it out high to Eloy Ruelas. Ruelas sees an alley looking to drive in, but quickly cut off by Manny Gonzalez. Up top to Rumford, now to Duff. Left corner to Steckline. Trying to feed it in to Rumford. Threads it through. Pump fake goes up. Man, a lot of contact and no foul called on that shot attempt by Rumford. And here's Goodland back the other way, and then intercepted by Avery Knoll. Turnover number 4 on Goodland. Man, that was a hack on the head that time. And now Knoll will drive in, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Manny Gonzalez. Maybe a little bit of a makeup call. That's his first. And Goodland's second foul of the quarter with 3:05 to go first half. Rumford took a pop to the head from behind. They played it through. They're letting him play physical. And then Knoll draws the blocking foul after Scott City gets the steal that time. And Chenette back in for Goodland. Also Linton Cedarstrom in there as well. Mole back in. 3 minutes to go. And miscommunication, and Scott City with another turnover. They're 7th. They have 5 in this quarter. Somebody did not cut to the corner for Scott City. It's been a 9-2 Goodland run. They lead at 25-19 here with 3 minutes, under 3 now to go first half. With it is Mole out high to Chenette, looking to drive in, guarded by Knoll. Tight defense. Right wing goes to Cedarstrom. Cedarstrom almost, it is going to be a second foul on Knoll. He's kind of playing with a little fire there in a couple of seconds. And that is Scott City's second foul of the quarter. So Knoll with 2 fouls, 2:48 here in the first half. A 6-point Goodland lead with the ball, 25-19. They've won the last 2 in this series. Linton inbounded in and will throw it away. I'll say it was deflected. It'll stay Cowboy ball. This time they'll inbound underneath their own basket. Lob will be in. Eventually gets to Blair Lennon. They'll track it down right wing with it is Mole. Turns down the 3, now guarded by Ruel. It's entry feed in Lennon. Poked away, and they're going to get Steckline foul. And that's going to be his second. So now foul trouble starting to creep up for Scott City. And that'll be team foul number 3 of this quarter. And that'll bring back in Rumford to play to replace Steckline. So Steckline and Knoll each with 2 fouls as Brooks Bailey in. And Knoll has to exit. So it's been a rough second quarter for Scott City. Only 2 points in this quarter. They led 17-16 after one, trail at 25-19. Blair Lennon uses up his dribble, almost thrown away, then picked up by Brendan Mole. Lincoln Carroll on the bench for 2 fouls for the Cowboys. And then Rillis will force the steal, and that'll be Goodland turnover number 5. Good help defense that time by Scott City with 2:20 to go out high. Go left of the pass. They'll work it around Bailey, left side to Trango, back up top to Bailey. 4 juniors and a senior in for Scott City right now. Ruel is trying to shake off the defender Cedarstrom and drive in. Big jump strip by Blennon and a turnover. Scott City with a lot of turnovers this second quarter. 6 of their 8 turnovers in this period. And we have a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Mike Dull and Goodland with 2:04 to go second quarter at 25-19 for Goodland. Basketball tonight here presented by Pokey Feeders, Platinum H Insurance, Plain Jan's New Life Market, Norder Supply, Miller Veterinary Clinic, Midwest Mixer, Metzger Appraisals and Metzger Family Farms, McCarty Family Farms, Lowtree Farms and Livestock. Also want to thank J&R Car and Truck Center for providing transportation here to Goodland. You can view their new and pre-owned inventory on their lot at J&R Car and Truck Center in Scott City, also online, jrcarandtruck.com. These are the last 2 undefeated teams record-wise in the Great West Activity Conference and the overall record. Of course, nobody's played a league game officially yet, even though they've played league teams. That's all pretty much after January, or after December, after the break here. Goodland with the ball out of the timeout, their 32nd timeout. So Scott City forces a turnover there, and a good turnover forced the 6th for Goodland in this half. As we're down to a minute 50 here, second quarter, Scott City trying to cut into their deficit. They trail 25-19. It's been a 9-2 Cowboy run in this period. Scott City's gone cold from the court after shooting the ball well in the first. Right side it goes to Alex Chirango. Puts the floor up top to Bailey here with a minute 30 to go. Now Chirango looking to drive in, but cannot. Working around left side to Ruelas. Ball fake. Guarded by Manny Gonzalez and out top to Rumford with a minute 20 to go. Turns down the deep 3. Now will dribble between the legs. Goes his right. Goodland playing their zone defense now here. Working around left side in the corner. Here's Ruelas looking to drive in. Step back. Bailey with it. Now to Jackson Rumford out high. He'll try the 3. He'll be good on the 3. He has a second 3 and 8 points, and it's 25-22. With a minute to go first half, Scott City ends a 2.5-minute scoring drought there. They're back to within 1 possession. Goodland's basketball with it up top with Cole Linton with 54 seconds to work in the half. Out high right, it goes to Brumball, guarded by Alex Chirango. Scott City does have a foul to give before the Cowboys would be in the penalty. Manny Gonzalez with it now to Chenette. Looking to stop and go, drives in. Oh, he almost walked with it. And then he does officially there the second time. And that'll be turnover number 7 on Goodland. That'll be their 4th turnover of the quarter. And Scott City can inch a little closer here with 38 seconds to go first half, down 25-22. Goodland applied some full court pressure and looking to trap out of it, but then they back off a little bit here in the front court. And to Duff, now to Jackson Rumford. He'll try another 3 for the tie. Yes, he buries another one at the right wing in a 6-0 run. Our 5th tie at 25 with 24 seconds to go first period. Those coming off of Cowboy turnovers, and the Beavers tie it up with back-to-back Rumford 3s, who has 11 and 3 threes. Goodland to go for the final shot of the half with 12 seconds to go. It's been a good one here in Goodland. Goodland started out with a 9-2 run. Scott City has scored 8 of the last 10 points. Now Brumball loses it with 1 segment, throws up a 3. No! And that's how your first half comes to an end. We are even Steven, just like the game started. We are even at 25 here at the break between Scott City 6-0 Beavers and the 5-0 Goodland Cowboys. We'll come back in 3 minutes with your halftime show. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
This place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
Fairleigh Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairleigh Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
The world needs more farmers. People who know the land. People who support rural communities. People who are as diverse as each acre they care for. But unless you've been born and raised on a family farm, it's nearly impossible to become a farmer. That's why we are building a team of people from our hometown and across the world to do what they love. We are not just a family farm. We are a multi-family farm. We are Volgamore Family Farms.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Transform your farm's future with premium hybrids, robust data, and unparalleled expertise from Axis Seed Red Barn. We partner with you to customize a plan featuring industry-leading seed that matches your unique soil and growing conditions, helping you to farm differently and making your operation more profitable. Contact us at www.redbarn.ag to gain access to premium seed proven to outperform. And go Beavers!
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and parts staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides new and used vehicles. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet and GMC dealership in Scott City.
Call 620-872-7224 to find out how Security State Bank can support you throughout the changes in your life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's time for the Precision Ag and Seed Halftime Show. Precision Ag and Seed is a proud supporter of all Scott City activities.
Back here at the Max Jones Fieldhouse here at the break, it's a 25-25 Scott City Goodland score here. It's been a good one here. 5 ties, 5 late changes in this first half, and it's so far fit the bill here for what was expected to be a good game coming in. So Scott City with 6 in a row in the first half. They closed it out the final half of the second quarter on an 8-2 run to tie it up at 25-25. First half scoring looks like this for Scott City. Jackson Rumford, who buried 3 threes. He's doubled his 3-point total from the season from 3 to 6 in that first half alone. Has a team high 11. As also, you have 7 for Sage Steckline. He had foul trouble with 2. 3 for Eloy Rellis. Avery Knoll with 2 free throws, and then 2 points for Brooks Bailey for Scott City in that first half. For the Beavers, they had 6 total fouls in that first half. They did have a lot of turnovers, 8 turnovers, 4 steals. Did not have an offensive board. They had 6 total rebounds in that first half. As Goodland had 9 rebounds, 6 on the defensive side, 3 on the offensive side. They were led unofficially by Brumbaugh with 7 in the first half, 6 for Lincoln Cure for Goodland. And also 5 for Manny Gonzalez, 2 each for Blair Lennon, and Braylon Mullen, 1 for Noah Chenette. In the first half, the Cowboys had 5 fouls. They had 7 turnovers, 4 steals, as I mentioned, 10 rebounds. 25s on the scoreboard here at the break. Scott City and Goodland. 5 ties and 5 lead changes. Been a great first half played by both sides. We'll come back in another 3 minutes with some more first half stats. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
BBN is supported by Shapland Real Estate, State Farm, The Original Grande, Bullertson Family Dentistry, Volgamore Family Farms, Western State Bank, Wood River Energy, Scott Community Foundation, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services.
At American Implement, we know that our farmers and ranchers are getting up and going to work every morning to provide food, fuel, and fiber for the world. And even though time and technology keeps us constantly changing, one thing will always remain the same. We promise that we'll continue working right beside you. We appreciate all that you do for our country and our communities. From all of us at American Implement, thank you, and may God bless the American farmer and rancher.
BBN is brought to you by HRC Feed Yards, J&R, Next Tech Wireless, Red Barn Enterprises, S&T Communications, Scott County Hospital, Scott Co-op, Security State Bank, Turner Sheet Metal,
Energy Cooperative.
Well, 25-25 as we wrap up your halftime, once again presented by Precision Ag and Seed. Some other stats here for Scott City and Goodland at the break here. To do for the Beavers. They were 9 of 17, 53% in that first half from the field. 4 of 8 on twos, 5 of 9 on threes, and perfect 2 for 2 at the line. Jackson Rumford had 3 of the threes, 3 for Sage Steckline, and Eli Ruelas with another 3 as well for the Beavers. For the Goodland Cowboys, they were 10 of 22, 45%. The first half from the floor, 2 of 6 on threes, 8 of 16 on 2-point baskets, and they were 3 of 4 at the line. So both teams haven't shot too many free throws in this first half. Both teams battling foul troubles. 1 more in foul trouble for Scott City than Goodland. 2 for Lincoln Q for Goodland. For Scott City, Sage Steckline and Avery Knowles. So it'll be middle of this rough 4-game stretch for Scott City, where you get 2 state-ranked teams and some pretty 2 other really good teams in the league. With Goodland being number 4 now in 3A. Hugoton boys up in 17 days. They're ranked number 2 in 4A, the defending 4A state champions, and they had a big lead on Liberal at the break by 17. that down in the big house in Liberal tonight. Scott City at 6-0 on the year. And also Colby, who's at Russell, they had a big lead over the Broncos tonight, and they were the favorites in that one. This league, I tell you what, you do make it to state, it's going to prepare you for a state tournament game. I'll say that. This is probably the boys, the deepest the GWAC has ever been. Ulysses boys losing to Dodge City in the fourth quarter by 20-plus points. Scott City's ball to begin the third quarter. Leroy Ruelas, Jackson Rumford, Sage Steckline, Dylan Duff, and Alex Tarango. Goodland on the floor with Manny Gonzalez underneath here. Steckline goes up, a shot is blocked by Kier, who grabs his fourth board of the night. So it's Lincoln Kier, as I mentioned, Cole Linton, Manny Gonzalez, Noah Chenette, and Brady Brumbaugh. Here's up top, Brumbaugh open for three, and it's too strong, but the rebound, Manny Gonzalez jumps high for that one, and Goodland is on the glass, and a layup on the other end for Linton, his first two. Future Thunderbird pitcher makes it 27-25, opening seconds of this third quarter of play. Scott City's second trip as they're back down by a couple. With it is Jackson Rumford. Goodland, a man-to-man dribble between the legs. Wanted to shoot the three. Nice cut by Tarango. He'll drive underneath the basket. Got too far now to Eloy Relis for a three. Off to the right, and the rebound to Chenette for Goodland. 2-point Cowboy leading the ball. Opening minute of this second half. Linton up top. They'll work it around the horn left side. Here's Brumbaugh with a nice dish underneath. The Cure has to pull it back out. Then hands it off to Brumbaugh, back to Kier, looking to drive in. Isolation play, stripped and almost stolen away. Good defense by Scott City, getting a hand on it. That looked like it was Steckline. And now Manny Gonzalez will lose that ball in a forced defensive play that time by Ruelas up top, and Goodland with their 8th turnover of the night. Scott City with an opportunity to tie it back up here with 6:43 in the third, down 27-25. Inbound end at Ruelas. He'll have the dribble and set up the Beaver offense. Take it across the 10-second line, gets to Duff. Duff holds it. Now we'll get around the screen. He'll go right corner to Alex Tarango. A three for the lead. Yes, he gets it. Tarango's first 3 points, his 5th three. Scott City's 6th of the night, 28-27 with 6:24 here in the third. And the Beavers are leading for the first time since early second quarter when they led 17-16 after one. Up top with it is Chenette, goes left with the pass to Manny Gonzalez. Skips it right side to Brumbaugh. Back up top to Chenette, loses the handle of the ball, but picks it back up, drives in on Steckline, and draws the foul, his 3rd. And Steckline now with 3 fouls. He'll probably exit here with 6:06 here in the third. That's the first team foul of the quarter. Nope, Coach Brian Gentry is going to trust him and keep him in there for right now. 28-27, Beaver lead at 1. Goodland ball, Kier with it. Nice cut to Chenette underneath. Pump fakes, goes over Rumford, makes it wide right. Good defense by Rumford, who collects the board. Stayed his ground there, did not commit the push. And Scott City with the ball up 1 here. 5:50 to go here in the third, up 27-26. Rumford now to Steckline to Ruelas out high. Ruelas around the screen, are still with it. Now pulls back, wanted to shoot the jumper. Duff up top. Quickly guarded by Linton. Right side to Ruelas. They'll get it into Steckline. Backdoor cut. Tarango puts it up. Oh, he left it too strong, and the rebound to Linton. He had a nice shot underneath there, but just couldn't get it to drop in for his 5th point of the night. Ball deflected out by Rumford. 5:27 in the third, and that's one of those places where maybe use the glass if you can to get the 2 there. He may have got a little too excited for how open he was. As Avery Knowles in, replacing Sage Steckline. Braylon Mole in for the Cowboys, replacing Cole Linton. 28-27, Scott City lead. Goodland ball. Lob into Kier around Knoll, and he almost double dribbled with that one, and Knoll almost committed his 3rd foul in the process, and he knocks it out of Kier's hands. He kind of takes a slight glance over to the official out high right. Says, I wanted to foul there, but they don't make eye contact, and we play on. With the Kier, and he'll drive in and reverse jam at that time, and he'll take it himself. His 2nd dunk. He has 8. 29-28, Goodland with 5:13 to go. What a nifty play there by the junior. That's our 7th lead change of the night. Rumford with it. Trying to direct traffic to the elbow left, and now with it, here's Ruelas from Duff. Ruelas back to underneath the Rumford. Pump fakes, goes up, and he's fouled, and he'll get 2 free throws. That foul on Lincoln Kier, his 3rd with 4:56 in the third. First team foul of the third quarter on Goodland. Kier has 3 of Goodland's 6 fouls. Steckline has 3 of Scott City's 7 fouls. Rumford with 11 points, 3 threes, first trip to line, knocks down the first. First free throw since the first quarter for Scott City. They are tied for the 6th time at 29, as then it'll be Blair Lennon to replace Kier with 4:56 here in the third. This is for the 8th lead change of the night for Scott City and Goodland, and it's true, it's 30-29. Too bad it wasn't a game where it's first to 30 wins. Scott City would win and come out of here, but we got about 12:50 or so to go in this one. 4:48 in the third period itself, 30-29. Scott City the lead. Goodland with the ball up top. Manny Gonzalez. Beavers have played pretty good defense here tonight. This is a high-powered Goodland team. And Chenette, the floater in the paint. His first field goal, he has 3. 31-30 with 4:34 to go third quarter. And that's our 4th lead change of the quarter and the 9th for the ball game. With it is Alex Trang in the front court. Avery Knoll with it, trying to feed it into Rumford, who catches it. Power dribble goes, hook shot to the right. No, rebound in the hands of Lennon for Goodland. Good look that time, but couldn't get it to drop. Goodland ball up by 1 as we near the halfway mark of the third quarter at 31-30. Manny Gonzalez up top with it. Scott City staying man-to-man defense. These two teams have played a couple of tight ball games. Goodland played one here, the championship against Lakin, and with it is Mole back up top to Brumbaugh. 3:55 to work third period. Scott City down 1, Goodland with the ball. Scott City's played a couple of tight games this year. Goodland has played 1. Gonzalez with it. And he'll go around and lay it up and score it around Tarango. Kind of hooked. Tarango looked like, but it's a 4-0 run, and Goodland up by 33-30 score. 3:35 to go third quarter. So Scott City back down by 3. They'll lob it into Rumford. He'll catch it. He's double teaming a turnover. They maybe forced that a little bit. Turnover number 9 on Scott City. And they'll say Manny Gonzalez lost it out of bounds. And so Goodland will turn it back over. Zach Thorson, Cates and Cedarstrom in for Goodland. Also in is Brooks Bailey for Scott City. That'll be Alex Tarango. It's Dylan Duff, Alex Tarango, Dylan Duff, Brooks Bailey, Jackson Rumford, Avery Knoll, and Eloy Relis on the floor right now for Scott City with 3:25 in the third. Down 3 of the Beavers into Rumford. Right block goes up, puts it up, scores it. He has 4 in the quarter, 15 for the game. It's a 1-point game here as we approach 3 to go third quarter at 33-32 for Goodland. The Cowboys with the ball up top with him in the hands of Brandon Mole, guarded by Eloy Relis. Now he'll cross over dribble, go around Relis, and that'll be count it and a foul. Making it 35-32 for Goodland with 3:05 here in the third. That foul on Brooks Bailey, they'll get him with the foul, his first, team second of the quarter. And Mole with his 4th point to make it 35-32. He is 75% or 70% the line this year. I think that's 75%. As Duff exits, Brumbaugh is going to check in if Mole hits his free throw, trying to make it a 4-point game, and he does just that. So it's a 7-2 run for Goodland after Scott City had a 30-29 lead. It's 36-32. Goodland's led by as many as 6 in this game. It's right now at 4 as we're just outside of 3 minutes here in this third. Lob into Knoll. Now gets in the front court to Brooks Bailey. Scott City had numbers momentarily. Right corner, it goes to Sage Steckline. We're under 3 to go third quarter. 4-point Goodland lead at 36-32, but Scott City with the ball. Ruelas goes left side to Knoll. Fakes the pass as Thorson guarding him. And correction, that is a different Cowboy in the lineup, right side. Now driving in, here's Bailey. He gets fouled by Brandon Mole, his first, team second of the quarter, with 2:43 left in the third. In will be Coy Vance for Scott City. He'll check in for Jackson Rumford to get him a little bit of a breather for this home stretch. With 2:43 here in the third. Scott City will lob it up top to Ruelas, now to Brooks Bailey. Nice, trying to get it a cut that time to Steckline, and it's thrown away. Good job that time by Lennon stepping into the passing lane. 10 Scott City turnover. Goodland by 4 of the ball. 2.5 to go third quarter. Thorson with it up top. It'll go to Brandon Mole. 2:20 to work here in this third. And a shot up, no. Rebound, though. Offensive board, Goodland. Fall up good. Thorson with his first basket, and Goodland at their largest lead, 38-32. Brian Gentry wants time. Scott City without an offensive rebound tonight. Goodland on the glass with 2:11 to go, third quarter. We'll come back in a minute. Beavers down 6. This is Scott City basketball.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
BBN is supported by Norder Supply, Lone Tree Farms, Pioneer Communications, Beaver Booster Club, White's Food Liner, Scott City Eye Center, Shells, Flowers, and more, Scott City Pharmacy, Giftologists,
Agricultural Insurance Company, an equal opportunity provider.
Mix 94.5 KSKL Scott City, powered by Wheatland Electric, committed to improving the lives of their members and the community they serve. Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Scott City out of the timeout, draws a blocking foul on Brumbaugh high on Knoll. That'll be his first, team's third. 2:09 to go, third quarter. Goodland is on a 9-2 run over the last 2 minutes and have matched their largest lead of the night at 38-32. Knoll exits as it's Alex Tarango in to inbound it. Finds in the backcourt to Brooks Bailey. A smaller lineup for Scott City. You have Bailey, Tarango, Vance, Steckline, and Ruelas. Here's Steckline with it out high. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter to Bailey. Brooks looking to drive in. Now lobs the left corner to Ruelas for a three. Yes! And a much-needed basket for Scott City, 38-35 with 1:49 to go, third quarter. He has his second three and 6 points tonight. Scott City knocks down their 7th tray of the night. And a shot on the other, no. Rebound, Lennon goes around. Steckline goes up and scores it. Offensive rebounds for Goodland tonight are killing the Beavers, and Lennon with 4. And it's 40-35 here with 1:29 to go, third quarter. As Lennon collects his second board of the night. Scott City without an offensive rebound all night. It's Goodland is on this glass. They are the bigger team, but Scott City not getting those 50-50 balls on the glass here. Up top, it's Bailey. Turns down the deep shot. Looked like he was wanted to take it, excuse me. Final 70 seconds of this third quarter. And bad pass and a turnover. Here comes Blennon, spin move in the paint, and that's shut up, no. The rebound, Lennon rips it away again for Scott City. He goes up and he is fouled. Scott City not rebounding is hurting him tonight, and Lennon will head to the line for two as it gets an applause from the hometown crowd here for this hustle. And that's on Sage Steckline, and that's a huge one, his 4th, with 57 third quarter seconds to go, and the team's third of the quarter. Scott City's inability to box out has hurt him tonight, and the free throw rimming in and out, and of course it'll bounce in for Lennon, who's having a big night tonight, averaging 2.2. He has 5 off the bench, and it's 41-35, matching Goodland's largest lead with 57 seconds here in the third. As Steckline has to exit, Rumford will be back in. Thorson out for Goodland. Second free throw, and he is too strong. That one, and Brooks Bailey skies in there for the board for Scott City to remain a 6-point deficit. Scott City yet to even have 10 rebounds here tonight. They only have 2 in this quarter. And 8 for the game, make that 9 for the game. 40 seconds to go, third quarter. Up top to Vance. The Beavers down 6 with the ball. Bailey. Brooks Bailey looking to weave his way around the perimeter. Wrap around right corner to Tarango. Has to save it in play. Does so to Eloy Ruelas, and Bailey saving the possession of the Beavers with 30 seconds here in the stanza. Down by 6 and almost a steal. Now here's Vance, turns down the 3, looking to drive in. Right corner to Tarango. He'll spot up for a 3. He'll bury another 3. He has 2 threes in the quarter, 6 for the game. And Scott City once again back down 3 with 15 seconds to go. Third quarter at 41-38. 9 of their points in the third quarter have come from downtown. 9 of their 13 points down to Jeanette. and he loses it. Stripped by Tarango with the steal with 1 second. Here's the half-court heave for the tie, just short. And we'll head to the fourth quarter with Goodland up by 3, 41-38 as we head to the fourth quarter. Buckle up. We'll come back in a minute for the final 8 minutes of regulation. This is Beaver basketball.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
Scott City down by 3 as we head to the fourth quarter. 41-38, Jackson Rumford leading the Beavers with 15 points tonight. It's been a balanced attack for Goodland. Manny Gonzalez actually leads them in 9. And Lincoln Kier with 8 and Brady Brumbaugh with 7. And with it is Goodland. There's Gonzalez with it. He has hit 1 3 tonight, that coming in the first quarter. Scott City really keeping it in check here with the three-point ball. And speaking of threes, Brumbaugh hits his second 3 as he doubles the lead up for Goodland. 44-38, 7:35 to go. Just Goodland's third make of the night from downtown in transition. Vance lays it up, and his scoop shot is good for his first basket. 44-40 with 7:27 to go. And a nice basket, but on the other end, a three-pointer. And the Beaver, now another 3, 47-40 as Goodland's hit back-to-back threes here with 7:13 to go. And Scott City with advance up top. Both teams shooting the ball well to begin this fourth quarter. As Goodland came back and hit a transition 3, I believe that was Brumbaugh 14 now to Rumford in the left block. Going to back in on Kearse, pivots, goes up and leaves it too strong as he tried to get the glass, and Goodland with the ball up 7. First minute of the fourth quarter. Once again, a 7-point deficit for Scott City. That's been their largest deficit of the year twice. And now right side, Linton turns down the 3, will drive in. Hang shoots, and he's got it. And it's an 8-2 run in the first minute, 18 of this fourth quarter. Goodland with their largest lead of the night at 49-40. They are 3 of 3 in the fourth quarter from the floor. Linton with 4 points all in this second half. Ruelas for 3. Good! He's got 3 threes and 9. And it's 49-43 with 6:27 to go. Both teams shooting the ball red hot in this fourth quarter. Chanette, Brumbaugh for a third 3. That went halfway in and out, and the rebound goes to Alex Tarango for Scott City. They're down 6 with 6:12 to go. Both teams have only missed 1 shot here in this fourth quarter. Goodland 3 of 4, Scott City 2 of 3. Ruelas for 3, short that time, and the rebound. Goodland, they lost it out of bounds, and it'll still remain with the Beavers. Sage Steckline checks back in with his 4 fouls. Coy Vance exits after scoring his first shot of the ball game. The first points, I should say. The lob it into Rumford. Now here's Alex Tarango with it. He'll drive right side, take it away, floater, crawls off, and the rebound to Lincoln Kier for Goodland. Had a good look at it, but just missed the runner. 49-43, Goodland, 5:48 to go. Kier with it, steps back, tries the 3. Partially blocked by Steckline. They'll save it into play, right to Cole Linton. And then Scott City will steal away for Goodland's 10th turnover in transition. And they're going to get a travel on Eloy Ruelas for his 11th turnover. Got a little too fast that time. 5:36 to go. Beavers down 6, need a defensive stop here. 49-43. It's been a good one here tonight in Goodland. The Goodland, after leading by 3 going in the fourth quarter, went on a 8-2 run before that last 3. Now Rumford with the steal. Here he goes. He's going to lay it up right side. No, but he's pushed from behind by Kier, and that'll be 2 free throws. And Kier picks up foul number 4, much to the surprise of the Goodland faithful here. And Rumford to the line with his 15 points, looking for points 16 and 17. That's Goodland's first foul of the fourth quarter, the first either side. Kier has 4 of Goodland's 8 fouls, and Rumford misses the front end of the 2 free throws. So Beavers are now 4 of 5 to line. Blair Lennon, who's played some good minutes tonight for Goodland, checks in to replace Kier, who exit with 8 points and now 4 fouls. Rumford's second. It's good. He has 16, and it's a 5-point game, 49-44, 5:24 to go. And Scott City applies some token pressure in the backcourt. With it is Manny Gonzalez trying to go around Duff. Just gets it to Chenette with 5:16 to go into the front court left. Hands it off to Brumbaugh. Wanted to tee up on a 3, but quickly guarded by Steckline, who's out there with 4 fouls. Lennon and Trango are fighting for position. Here's a floater, and it's no good, but the follow-up right there for Brumbaugh. He has 15-8 in this quarter and pushes it back up to a 7-point game, 51-44 with 4:55 to go. And Scott's second chance opportunities might be the difference in this ball game tonight. Steckline, the right elbow, dumps it underneath the Rumford, backs his way in, and that'll be a foul, a holding foul on Lennon as Linton hit the deck underneath. That'll be Blair Lennon's first. Team's second of the quarter. It's a foul on the floor. Is out is Linton. And back in for Goodland as well will be Zach Thorson and also Braylon Mole. Beavers down 7, 4:45 to work at 51-44. Left corner to Ruelas. Wanted to go on to 3. Skips it Duff. He'll try a deep 3. Bang! He hits his first points of the night in his 4th 3, and it's a 4-point game and a 30-second timeout with 4:36 to go. The 3 balls keeping the Beavers in this one at 51-47. Basketball tonight brought to you here by Lebanon Lawn and Tree Jackson Legal Group, JF Bibber Advertising, J&R Trucking, J&R Car and Truck, HRC Feed Yards, Hammy Farms, High Choice Feeders, Great Western Tire and Deckmart Furniture and Appliance, Good Anesthesia Pain Management Services, Fro Electric, Fro Ag Servicing, Fro Heating and Cooling, as well as Farm Bureau Financial Services, Neil Baker. Scott City with a 3-ball big tonight. They've hit a season-high 10 triples. And they're back to within 4 at 51-47 here with 4:36 to go. We're a long ways from this one being over. Hugoton knocked off Liberal tonight, 77-50 down in Liberal. Inbound into Braylon Mole. And he'll try to bring it across. He'll pass it in the front court to Manny Gonzalez. 3-on-2 numbers for a moment, but now out high. It's with it. Thorson out high with 4:25 to work. Stepping out now is Brumbaugh. 51-47 is your score. He'll try a 3, and that is good. He's hit 3 threes in the quarter. He has 18 in the game, 54-47, and 4:11 to go. Goodland heating up from downtown in this 4th quarter to go back up by 7. Midway mark of this final period. Right side to Dylan Duff. Now working around up top to Steckline between the rings. Left side, he goes to Alex Tarango. Tarango with it into Rumford. Entry feed toward the left block. Looking to back in on Lennon. Pivots. Goes to his left. This is a shot. Might have been partially deflected, and with it is Gonzalez on the other end for Goodland. Another Brumbaugh 3. Why not? 57-47 with 3:47 to go, and Goodland saving their 3-point barrage for the 4th quarter here. Steckline exits for Avery Knoll, and a 6-0 run all by Brumbaugh. He has 21 for the game unofficially. And Tarango into the front court, 3:35 to go. Left corner to Rumford for 3. No. Rebound Goodland. Manny Gonzalez with it is 57-47. Goodland lead pass. They'll go driving in right side, and another open 3 for Brumbaugh. That one, no. Rebound into the hands of Avery Knoll for Scott City. That was a little heat check that time for the junior. 3:15 to go. 10-point Goodland lead. Scott City to the ball. Tarango will tee up a 3. Good. He has 3 threes and 9. And it's 57-50. Scott City not going away with 3:05 to go in this one. It's been a 16-12 4th quarter run for Goodland. Under 3 to go, right side. This is Thorson looking to drive it, and now to Lennon. Lennon back up top to Brumbaugh. Around the screen, step back, 1 to 3 now into Lennon. Drives in, his floater crawls off. And the rebound, Avery Knoll for Scott City. And the Beavers have 3-on-2 numbers. Knoll's going to dish it left corner to Ruelas for a 3. That's too strong. And the rebound to Goodland backside. Here's Brumbaugh with it with 2:35 to go. Spin move, and he's getting bumped. And not a bad foul right there by Scott City. That'll be Duff's first in the first of the quarter on the Beavers. Boy, if Ruelas would have hit that shot, that would have been huge and got the Beavers back to within 4. Just the first, as I mentioned, on Duff. Lincoln Cure and Noah Chenette in for Goodland. 2:34 to go as it'll be Mulder triggered in underneath the Cowboy basket, leading by 7. The lob and a whistle, a timeout for Coach Mike Dull beforehand. It's just a 30. We'll keep it right here with 2:34 to go. Basketball also presented here tonight by First National Bank Fairleigh Companies, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Hugh and Berta Benz, DeKalb Bayer, Clint's Diesel Repair, Shells Flowers, and more, Brookover Cattle Company, Burning Farms Beef Belt, Beavertown FFL, Bartlett Grain, B&H Paving. Scott City down by 7 here in the fourth quarter, 2:34 left. It's been a good game here tonight. Goodland right now, last polls, ranked number 4 in Class 3A. You got to think Scott City with their 6-0 records on the outside of the rankings here in the 4A. They're just one of 4 undefeated teams left. Make that one of 5 unbeatens left. There were 3 teams at 6-0 entering tonight. Scott City, Towanda Circle, and McPherson. Abilene was 5-0 coming into tonight. Andale 3-0. But the Beavers right now down by 7 with 2:34 to go. It's Goodland's ball out of their 32nd timeout. Both teams with 3 timeouts left. They'll lob it in to Cure, guarded by Rumford, now to Brumbaugh. Underneath, Chenette has position, misses it, but gets his own rebound, puts it up, and he's fouled. He'll get 2 free throws. The offensive glass for Goodland has been big tonight, and they have feasted on that. And that might be right now the difference in the game. They're going to get the foul on Jackson Rumford is first. Second foul with 2:29 to go. Chenette to the line where he's 1 out of 2 tonight, has just 3 points, and make it 4 as he's got the free throw to make it 58-50. 2:29 to go. Last of the 2 unbeatens in the GWAC of the overall record here. Right now, Goodland with an 8-point lead, and it'll stay that way as Avery Knoll collects the board. Scott City, no offensive rebounds tonight. Goodland has 8 of their own. Here's a Ruelas 3. No. Rebound, Lincoln Cure for Goodland. He has 6 boards and 8 points. And then stolen by Knoll, who put it up, no. And that time Scott City with a little friendly fire as they couldn't quite get the offensive board, and a whistle and a foul. Third foul of the quarter on Scott City. Avery Knoll collects foul number 3 here with 2:09 to go. But Beavers kind of been their own worst enemy at times here tonight. But this is a game, even though it may fall in this one, as one person has told me, almost a foul on Knoll there. That would have been his 4th. It's final 2 minutes of this one. Chenette will flip it over to Brendan Mole. Goodland will run some time off with an 8-point lead. Up top to Manning Gonzalez, 58-50, and we got a moving screen away from the ball. And I'll say it'll be on Mole. That'll be his 2nd. And Goodland team foul number 3 of this quarter. And that'll be their 11th turnover of the night with 1:56 remaining. Scott City has still some life here. They don't necessarily need 3s right away, even though they've been hitting those. It's 58-50. There's a screen for Eloy Ruelas, trying to get some separation, steps back, but quickly guarded. No pump fakes on the 3. He'll drive in, hangs, scoop shot. Yes, it crawls in. Knoll with his first field goal. He has 4, 58-52. And Scott City will burn 1 of their 2 full timeouts remaining here with 1:39 to go. Let's come back in 30 seconds. 58-52, Scott City trails. This is Scott City basketball.
What can we help you find today?
58-52, Scott City trails this one. And with 1:39 left in this one. Brady Brumbaugh with a game-high 21 points. He has 14 in this fourth quarter. He has 4 of 6 on threes. He's been a big difference in this fourth quarter as Goodland has pushed the lead up to as high as 10. It's right now at 6. With 99 seconds to go, the Beavers will pressure the inbounds. Both teams with 3 fouls in the fourth quarter, A tie-up would give Scott City the ball in the possession arrow as the Beavers go to man-to-man full court. Linton to run the baseline off the inbounds and almost stolen away, and that'll be a push on Elo Ruelas. That'll be his first. That's the final foul to give as 1 second ticks off the clock. And really, that's not a bad foul for Scott City. Ruelas with plenty of fouls to give. 1:38 to go. Next foul will send Scott City send Goodland to the line as Braylon Mole, in for Noah Chenette. 1:38 to go. Inbound in. It's into Mole, guarded by Avery Knoll. And he's trying to foul him, but he can't. Now Mole will take it in. Dish deflected, but Scott City gets the steal. That's a big one. Into Jackson Rumford, stops. Wanted to pop the three, and then he throws it away, trying to get it in to Cutting Knoll, and it was behind him, and it's a turnover. So a mistake there. And now Scott City does need to foul. You don't want to foul Brumbaugh. Oh, don't. And he did. Knoll with his 4th foul with 1:14 to go, as he's one of the best free throw shooters. Brumbaugh at 75%, 2 of 2 at the line tonight, and has 14 of his 21 points in this fourth quarter. And that put Scott City in the penalty with 5 fouls, 1:14 to go. Free throw for Brumbaugh bounces in on the nice soft bounce. It's now 59-52. Sage Steckline in for Dylan Duff. And Chenette's in for Mole. 60-52 now as Mole hits him. He has a 16-point fourth quarter. He got hot, and Scott City has not been able to recover from that. Final 70 seconds of this one. Rumford with it up top. Here's Knoll, wanted to take the three, but quickly guarded now. Ruelas looking to step back, guarded by Gonzalez. Up top, Steckline turns down the three. He'll drive down Main Street. His layup, oh, he left it too strong. Looking for the contact. And the rebound, Goodland here with 50 seconds to go in this one. An 8-point Cowboy lead in the ball. And with it is Chenette. Offensive rebounds for Goodland tonight. The story of this one, Scott City did not get an offensive rebound, and Brumbaugh will have 2 more free throws as Ruelas fouls for the second time. It's 60-52 with 40.6 to go. It's a 19-point fourth quarter. You have to go almost 25 or so, almost 30 years last time Goodland has won 3 in a row over Scott City, and they're 40.6 away from doing that. The free throw good, 61-52 with 40.6 to go. Have to go to the 95 and 96 years. Second free throw also good, and it's a 10-point game, matching Goodland's largest. What a fourth quarter from Brumbaugh, the 6'5 junior. He got hot, and as did Goodland, and Scott City not been able to recover. Tarango has been hot in the second half as he buries his 4-3. He ties a career high with 12, 62-55. Beavers not going away. 24 seconds to go, and Goodland has to burn one of the final 3 timeouts. 22 seconds to go. It's 62-55. Full timeout. Let's come back in 30 seconds. This is Beaver basketball.
Sports have this amazing way of making a positive impact in our community. Whether it's helping children, boosting local economies, or creating role models, that's our goal at American Implement too. We believe in being a part of the communities we serve by just being a good neighbor. Thanks for being ours.
Galaxy S23 on us. Next Tech Wireless. Home on the range.
Back here in Goodland at the Max Jones Fieldhouse, 62-55. And it is 62-55 your score for the Goodland Cowboys over the Scott City Beavers. Brady Brumbaugh, the 6'5 junior, has 18 of his 25 points in this fourth quarter. That's a season high. His career high was 30. Scott City led by Jackson Rumford with 16, but Alex Tarango with 12. He has 4 threes tonight. Scott City with a season-high 11 threes. And Goodland will inbound it in, and they get it into Braylon Moll's hand. Scott City trying to foul, and Tarango does for the second time. And that'll put Moll to the line, where he is 1 of 1 tonight, coming in 7 of 10 on the year. 18 seconds to go. But Goodland has been automatic at the line in this, or almost all but automatic in this fourth quarter. 5 of 6 in the fourth quarter, 9 of 12 in this game. Goodland's only missed a couple of three threes in this fourth quarter, and the free throw is good for Moll, the sophomore. He has a half a dozen, 63-55, 18 seconds to go. And make it 64-55, and Chenette, they'll trade a little defense for offense that time, and Chenette enters, exiting his Moll. As one guy said, I can't remember when it was, but you don't lose, you learn. 13 seconds to go. With it here, now underneath the run for power dribble, pump fakes, he'll go up and bank it in. He has 18, 64-57 with 4 seconds, and that'll be it. And Scott City is not going to foul. A good effort tonight by the Beavers. Goodland got hot in the fourth quarter with 23 points as they get right around their season average. The final score is 64-57 for the Goodland Cowboys over the Scott City Beavers. Goodland at 6-0 on the year. The Beavers suffer their first defeat of the year. They're now 5-1. But a good effort tonight for Scott City. A hot fourth quarter for Goodland prevails them to their third straight victory over Scott City. Post game to begin after this 3-minute break. This is Scott City basketball.